But you know, when you come out, being with somebody every day, day in and day out for 3.5 months, and that's how we become friends, and I fucking miss them when I come out. But yeah, anyways, some of them I did keep in contact with. You know what they all say, don't you? We all stick together, all the wrong ones. For thick's sake. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, me babies. And yeah, so basically that's what I'm saying. From being a young one, my life's been fucked up. But do you know something? I wouldn't change a thing, not for the world. I really wouldn't, because if one thing was changed in my life, I wouldn't be sat where I'm at with my beautiful children, with my beautiful grandchildren, lived the life. If I'd changed one thing, my life would have just been different in so many ways. So no, I thank our blessed Lord God for my life. If the dressing gown lady, what was the dressing gown lady? Candy Rain. And you don't ask me about how you spell things, but it's got the G in the rain, if you know what I mean. It's not spelled like raindrops, the other rain. But yeah, all of the things is lovely. Thank you, everybody. That's it, like that. Yes. So just Candy Rain, that's it. Just type her in. Honestly, she's absolutely lovely. It's a trail of my jaw. What did your mama say? Well, how can my mama say anything? I mean, my mum was in more prisons than enough. Listen, it was just a thing that... Joking. No, don't fucking start that off. No, listen, I was the family's disappointment. Nobody else, me. But yeah, so like I said, I was always a disappointment, But I bet they wouldn't have had us no other way, because I used to keep them entertained and all. I always kept them on the toes. They never know how they had us. And me mum, oh my God. Morning, my little Bridgie. How are you, me baby? And my mum could absolutely mangle us, right? She was constant. What my mum used to take to us back in the day, this was done. You know, horsewhip. Oh my God. I've seen my mum beat me that way till I was an absolute mess, but I wouldn't cry for her. I'd cry when I got out the way for her, and that's how defiant I was. I would cry when I got out the way, but I would not. I would have died first before I'd cry. Morning, my Adam, in front of her. I wouldn't have given her that pleasure. For all she knew, she absolutely destroyed us there and then. She never ever got me to cry in front of her. My sister was like that. I was just very, defiant and stubborn. And I'm still like that now. Still like that. If somebody says to me, don't do something, as you've seen, I'll keep doing it. Till it clicks in my own head, I'm only hurting myself. Do you know what I'm saying? So it does click finally, but it just takes extra time with me. Because like I say, I'm not a full shilling. I used to say cry straight away and then they stop. No, and my sisters and my brothers, if they had done anything, I used to always just take the blame for them, so they didn't have to get like any setting about. Do you know what I'm saying? So I just used to do it. It was only good one of us getting it than all of us getting it. Sorry, thank you everybody there. I'm too busy talking, I forgot about the poor young lad on the other side. But yeah, I'm good, my hands. I've woke up, I've got a new head on my shoulders, like I said, staying in me. No, that was ignorant to me, not talking to the lad. But listen, as soon as he come on, he pressed the game and then he started talking to his own people, so I just muted him. But no, that's just me, all of my life. Just being defiant, do my own thing, and that's how I am today still. My baby girl was a rare. Oh, Hannah, come here. I don't know why that's blocked out for. Hannah Gardner, raising awareness for my baby girl who was a rare condition. Oh, Hannah. Do you want to come up, Hannah, and tell people about it? Decline that off. No. Good to stay in my... I'm turning this off a minute. Just tap the screen, me babbies. Come on. And me little art me's. That's it. Send us me little art me's. Thank you. I've knocked the games off. It was always a confession. LOL, my poor knees. Fucking hell, if I had to go into a confession box, well, you'd never see us no more. Simple as that. Good morning. Oh, thank you, everybody. Here's Hannah. Good morning, my Hannah. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I am okay, thank you. I just seen your comment there. It was ghosted. I don't know why. Do you want to tell people about what you do, what's going on?
So my daughter she'll be 2 in September and her name's Minnie. And basically she was born with a rare genetic mutation, a chromosome 2. So she had development delay, and then when she was maybe about 8 months old, she developed a thing called infantile spasms. So that's what I'm raising awareness for. And infantile spasms is like early onset epilepsy.
Oh.
And it needs like a 2-week window where you need to have treatment for. And basically she never met the 2-week window, so now she's got brain damage, she can't hold her head up and stuff like that, and it gets put down to reflux a lot.
Yeah.
So my biggest thing is for people to know what infantile spasms is. If you see the different signs of reflux, is to get it treated ASAP. Because a lot of these children just basically get misdiagnosed, and it's too late before they can do anything.
Have you got anything on your page, my Hannah, like saying about anything? Like
I do post on my page and stuff like that, and I do obviously try and inform people about the condition. So now, as it stands, Minnie is medication resistant, so she's drug resistant epilepsy. So we found out that she's got a thing called developmental empomyopathy. So what that means is her brain is constantly seizing. So over time, her brain will start to regress.
Yeah.
And we've started to see signs of that already. She's only 2. So she's now been referred to the Scottish Hospice and stuff like that, the Children's Hospice. So we'll be attending there. And we've obviously had a kind of diagnosis of a life-limiting condition that she has now. So it's just, but my biggest thing is the infantile spasms, because I've seen children who don't have any development delays lose everything. And it's honestly, it's heartbreaking. And I mean, obviously my daughter has got problems, underlying problems, but there is kids out there that literally go to like nursery or whatever, and then the next minute they can't do anything for themselves, and that to me is absolutely heartbreaking.
Sorry, Hannah. Everybody, while we all here, come on, this is a little girl we're speaking about, and lots of other little children. What Hannah's trying to make everybody aware about this illness. Can we give Hannah a little follow-up? Go onto her page, have a little look at her videos, check them out, and keep reposting them and get this about. So people can see what's going on. Because, do you know, that's one thing that this TikTok is. It's lovely to make awareness on things like this that some people have never heard of or don't know anything about it. So thank you, everybody.
100%. When this platform's used right, it's good. It's a good place to be, you know. Like, and I honestly do think, like, infantile spasms, it needs to be known about. Like, if you see a child with a rash and flu-like symptoms, you would automatically be like, "Oh, God, meningitis." You'd go and get the glass and you do the glass check. But when you see a child doing infantile spasms movements, it gets put down to reflux too much, and these children are just losing everything. They're going from like holding their own head up to virtually nothing. I mean, I was in Lanzarote 2 weeks before she took her first infantile spasm, and she was sitting eating ice cream at the side of the pool, and now she's fed for a tube. It's just
little Isla on here, sorry, with her condition.
Yep.
Like, she was absolutely like just a fun-loving little girl, and then all of a sudden, bang, it just hit her, and then look what happened with the Hardys, everybody. Look what happened with little Isla. So this is sort of like took over the same, hasn't it, my Hannah?
It's honestly, it is so heartbreaking, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I could not imagine having a normal child and a child that's developing, and then all of a sudden regressing and going back the way. Obviously Minnie wasn't meeting her milestones due to the chromosome mutation, but since then we found out she's actually got 21 missing genes. So she's the only person in the world with this chromosome 2 mutation. Genetic database can't find anyone the 100% the same, so we don't have anyone we can like match up to and be like, oh, they eventually done this or they eventually done that. There's nobody they can compare to. So I think that's the hardest part. Like,
You know, like how you're saying you're getting awareness out there. Do you go live on your own platform, which you're not?
so I do go live, yeah. I go live on my own, usually about tea time and stuff like that most nights. So I do lives and I do videos and stuff like that on my page talking about Minnie, infantile spasms and stuff like that. I've had a couple of mums come forward and saying basically they've had diagnoses of infantile spasms since, just from seeing like me talking about it or a single video, and you know, see that one person or two people, that is enough. That is enough to me to say I've done my job.
That's what I was going to say to you, Hannah. If you do it at a set time, like, and how you said you come on like nearly every day and do it at a set time, people will get used to you being on at that time. And then while you're on, keep asking people to repost, share your live out. But any time at all, every now and again, if you just want like people just to have another little listen, feel free anytime, my Hannah, to come on. I don't know if you watch me or if you don't, but the only thing I'm advising at the minute, Hannah, is there was a lovely lady doing things for charity, and because she came on and I'd done a silly thing where I'd done, she was getting a lot of hate for it. So that's what I'm telling people at the minute. It's just at the present time, like, I'm glad that you've got followers and that for this, but again, I don't want you having no negativity coming to your page because of me. Do you get what I'm saying?
I wouldn't, honestly, I've already had it. I've not got a big following, but I've even had like the trolls come on and then people pretending that they've got children that are sick, and giving me all this information about their sick children and sending me pictures. It turns out there's kids for Google.
I don't mean about that, Hannah. Like, do you watch me on here or not?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you'll know what I'm talking about, what's been going on. Anyways, but this other lady, she was absolutely in bits because she was on my live. She was getting lots of hate because of something that I done. It's like something that I said. And that's what I don't want to happen for you. But listen, you are more than welcome anytime to keep jumping onto me live. But if you tell people, like, have a set time, Hannah, and then people will think, oh, even if they missed it, I'll watch that tomorrow night again. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's how you start and make yourself get out there a bit more when you keep to regular time slots and come on, and then keep jumping from live to live and ask people, can you spread about it? And can you speak about it? And the word will spread soon. So listen, that'll be a nice thing for you. And I do hope everything does go well for you. But like I say, come on anytime. But even like put a little daily post out, just till people get used to you and saying, I'll be going live. This is what I'll be speaking about on this platform here. And can you please comment and repost this for me? And that's how you'll get yourself out there, my Hannah.
Yeah. Thanks so much. Thanks for letting me come on and talk. And thanks everybody for the gifts.
If you think you just need like a little push, but all I'm warning you is just at the minute, you might get people coming over and saying, oh, you're going on there with a racist. Do you know what I'm saying? Come on.
Yeah.
If you've been watching, you know what's been going on.
Yeah.
I don't want no negativity to come to your page through me.
That's fine.
Get me mean.
I've hard skin, Scottish hard skin. I'm sure it will be fine. Thanks so much.
But listen, thank you for coming on, my Hannah, and explain. Oh, I do follow you. Thank you for coming on. And like I said, anytime. But if I was you, I'd leave just for a little bit, leave my page alone to come on and advertise that you're going live or anything, because I don't want you being trolled, baby, right? You've got enough going on in your life. But big love, my Hannah, and well done with everything that you're doing. And I hope things do get better for you. And I hope people start and go into this lady's live here and just make make an effort, even now and again, because it's about like children and the illness, and just to get it out there. And if you only share it on to a couple of people, there's a few more people that will come into the live, and it'll just help Hannah and lots of other people in this predicament, like with different illnesses. So listen, big love, my baby, and like I said, anytime, but the choice is yours. If you get
Thank
me.
you. Thanks so much. Speak soon.
You're welcome. Have a
Thank
lovely
you.
day, my Hannah.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Oh, thank you everybody for following her. No, listen, this app can be used for good things like that too. And come on, it's still going to be used for a bit of gossip. Even myself, I love a bit of gossip. And if everybody says they don't, they bloody liars, because I do. But it's lovely to be used for things like that. Good morning, everybody. How are you all doing? So yes, and that's what I said. I'm just back to my normal self. I don't know how I feel today about going. I don't know if I'll be at work or not tomorrow. I'll see how the day takes us. And he don't speak to me in the chat, talking to you, Pearl. It's fine. Oh, Tara Marie. I'm just sorry for hate that people are getting for me. But listen, I said what I said. I owned it, and that's the end of it, right? And I'm definitely not fucking beating myself up no more, because there's a proper lot of bad things happens on this app. So I've done my part now. I've beat myself up enough, been beat up off everybody else enough, and I'm back now. So if they like it or if they don't, they can piss off, basically. I'm here and I'm going nowhere. Thank you, me babies. Do you not, my Shane? I've always followed you. Always will. Oh, thank you, my babies. Honestly, really, thank you. So yes, I'm sat here as easy as an old shoe. I'm going to have a nice shower in a minute. That was a bit in a minute, both into one. I tell you, I'm just still a little bit, what did I do? I called somebody a name, and it was classed as racist. Good morning, my Nikki. How are you? Can't get you. I'm done now. I'm not even talking about it no more. It's past. It's gone. It's irrelevant. And then that keeps anything going like that's a fucking A train, you pack of feckers. God. Thank you, everybody. So what's anybody's plans for today? Like I say, do you know, I've got all kinds. I'm going to be meeting myself coming back, but it's fine. Keep my brain occupied today. Oh, thank you, everybody. Where are you? No, my Angie, I'm not. I'm over in County Durham here. But I was at Middlesbrough the other night for my night out. It was bloody cracking. I ruined a nice pair of shoes. They had to go in the bin. But I had a bloody lovely night. Don't know what time I come in the morning. Hey, my Kelly, how are you, me baby? I've just been... That post must have been took down, you know, that... Yeah, oh, turn off. You know, the one with that Princess Flu. It was took down. But silly little...
Hello. Good morning.
Hello, Bobby.
Good morning. How are you feeling today?
Do you know, believe it or not, today, my Kelly, I'm feeling on top of the world. I'm feeling very hunky-dory with myself.
Good.
I've had a good night's sleep. And like I said, just this is Kelly, everybody. When I said I only go into Irish, I know she doesn't like being called that, but it's...
No, it's all right. You can call me Irish Kelly. It's just like...
No, but that was a name, and that's what I got used to. So this is the only live, basically, that I go into. Oh, and I go into Alex's live. Sorry, I'm telling a lie. I go to Alex's live. But barring from that, I just stay in my own lane. So yes, everybody, give our Kelly a little follow up if you'd like to see us going from lives. This is the other live that I go into. And
well, more than welcome in my life every day. You get me anytime. You're always welcome in my life, Pearl.
oh, thank
They
you.
can all they can all jug on. They can all fuck off. A lot of them.
No, and I like watching other lives. It's just I have learned.
Yeah.
stop going into people's lives and
Just go where you know that you're welcome, Pearl. Do you get me? Don't go in where you know people are going to go on the attack. Do you get what I'm saying?
do you know something? I'm big enough and ugly enough to take all of that, but you know, when you're just sick of all of this shit all the time in your life.
Yeah.
So basically, like I say, and anybody that keeps going on this fucking hate train about us,
Yeah,
go
no, you got to
clean
stop.
your butts, scratch your butt and go and clean
Yes.
your cupboards out. Like,
For real, do you really need to stop now? Because enough is enough. Do you get what I'm saying? So many people that are being affected. So many friendships that have been broken. Enough is enough. Do you get what I'm saying? Enough is enough.
let's have a bit of peace and harmony. What you doing today, Michael?
It's actually a nice day today, so I messaged my mate asking her to come and do my eyelashes because I need my eyelashes done. And she says that she hasn't got a place till Friday, so I'm wounded.
Well, this hair is an absolute living disgrace. I need my hair done. I just need to sort myself out. Basically, I've gone to pot.
Now, do you know what? It gets
I
like
just don't get what they all expect you to do. They can. Do you know what I expect them to do? Fuck off and go and
Yeah,
get it.
you do,
That's what I expect them to do, and I hope they expect me to do the same. Fuck off and just leave us alone. Stop talking about us. Stop trying to make yourselves relevant. Oh, it's like a little spelk in my hand. Oh, I'll have to get a pin
How
in.
come you're not work today?
I can't be bothered, Michael, basically. I know I'm going to be sacked when I go into work, like, but
You're not.
it is what it is. My boss won't be happy with us not going into work.
Oh God. So yeah, but it's not over what happened on here, is it?
What? No, because I just got pissed ass drunk over the weekend. Hey, my Lins.
But you're at that burger van every day. Do you get me? I don't think you will sack you for having 2 days off.
No, it was, no. Listen, do you know that's the beauty about being my own boss? You can go in, and it's not like I'm leaving nobody hungry because there's another burger van on there. There's another, there's a little mobile sandwich thing that comes on. So listen, there's plenty for the lads to eat. It's not just me, so I'm not letting anybody down. I was only joking. But I'll say I don't know whether to have the week off, my Kelly, or go just bite the bullet and go back tomorrow. I'll say how I feel by the end of the day.
Yeah.
Hey, my Rosie.
Take it day by day, Pearl.
So what was I going to say there? I'll be doing my little lives. The only thing my mods know I have to do. Do you know when I do my karaoke nights? It's put sub chat on for a bit.
You're gonna have to do that for a while, innit? You get what I'm saying? Yeah, you're gonna have to do it for a while.
The thing, it's just, you know, sometimes I react to comments and I fuck myself up.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, to be honest, I agree with you doing that because then you're not going to get mad comments coming in. You're gonna have a good
When I
night.
have my karaoke nights and I'm having myself a little
Drink.
not any other time, they can come in and they control us and do what they want. I think it's hilarious sometimes what they come in and say. But I'm on about when I have a drink.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because at least that way, then you know, whoever is in your room is there to support you. Do you get what I'm saying? They're not there to hang you.
Anyways, but you bet your life, if I do go to read a comment, it's always a fucking bad one.
Yeah, but that's the thing with TikTok, Pearl. We always do read the bad before the good.
Me, honestly, and
do.
loads of times people keep saying and it's I pick them out when people say my comments getting ignored or why you're not answering it. You're in the box. Oh, sorry, my Shin. Wayne, you can piss off. You who comes up here and sits and doesn't say a word. I don't know if you're just a spy on me. Yeah, if you're coming in the box, you better speak. I'll let you in, Wayne, but you're not just sitting here.
I thought she was talking to me then.
What?
I thought you was talking to me.
Wayne and Shane sounds the same, doesn't it?
Morning, my Shane.
Morning.
Shane.
Wayne, are we
Okay.
speaking today?
Yeah,
You're not just going to say that one word, are you, and sit there?
I'm too shy.
Well, so what do you get in the box if you're shy for? That freaks me out when somebody does that, when they get up and don't want to speak.
Yeah.
So
We don't know what you're getting up to behind the camera.
are you having a chat? Are you telling us about yourself? Or are you just going to sit there and that was your one word hi? What is it today?
No, I can speak.
Go on then, tell us about yourself.
What do you want to know?
Put your camera on.
Who you are.
Don't sound like the person who I seen was chatting to the other day.
Camera's not going on.
Why?
I don't know.
Liar.
Yeah.
You're a liar.
Oh,
Just
Lord.
put your camera on. I know you've got your rollers in, but that's absolutely fine. Put your
No,
camera on,
you
you little
can't. You
shit.
can't, Pearl. Pearl, you can't. He's only got 600 followers. So you need 800 to put your
Camera on
camera.
the other day, Wayne.
No, I've only got this account.
Wayne, were you the one that was in the... It was you, I know that picture. You put your camera on the other day.
No,
You did.
I didn't.
You didn't. So I take it you're from Scotland.
Yes, I am.
How old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah.
38.
Oh.
Oh, you had to think of that one, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I just woke up.
Oh. Well, even when I wake up as backwards I am, I still know how old I am.
So true, so
Hello,
true.
but 20 or 50.
When I woke up in my niece's bed and I laid there, and you know when you open your eyes, I thought, where the fuck am I at? I was still pissed when I woke up.
Oh, I don't like that.
I was still pissed.
Wait, don't be telling us no lies now.
No, I'm not.
You know, lies.
Nobody really know coming.
Are you nervous, Wayne?
So, and
A
do you
wee bit.
work? Do you work, Wayne?
No, I don't. Not at the moment.
What did you used to do? You're getting a grill now.
Kitchen porter.
A what? Kitchen porter.
Yeah,
So how come you're not there now?
I lost the job.
What? Not through thieving.
No.
So why did you lose your job?
Smoking too much weed.
Oh shit! What you got caught smoking? What you got caught?
Yeah, got caught smoking weed at work.
Oh.
The marriage was on
Don't
it.
you dare sit there and tell me that you've never had yourself a little... I'll just shove that in my bag if you were on the happy backy.
He definitely did.
He
He
definitely
got to.
Of course he did. He was bringing it to work with him every day. It was just that cut that you got caught. That
Of course
day
I
you got
would.
caught.
Of course I do.
Of course.
Smoking the pot and not
To
washing
what
them.
happened to me once, right? I was with somebody, and of all fucking shops, we was in B&M Bargains, right? Anyways, so we walked in the shop, and then all of a sudden, this old man and woman, and I mean really old man and woman, got walking to us. I got the strongest smell of green, right? And I you know when you done a double take, I couldn't believe what I was seeing, and I went, oh my God. I said, they stink of weed, right? I couldn't believe what I'd smelt and seen. These people was really antique, right? So anyways, walking around the shop, got another whiff. He's these people here again. I thought, oh my God, these old people, and they puffing the granny out on this weed. Gets to the till, the person who I'm with, I can't mention no names because she watches us, bent across us, and I went, oh my God. She went, I know, shut the fuck up, I've got it down with Brazzy. She went, down there, I know she smoked it all the time. He all the way around the shop, I was only blaming this old man and woman. And it was only silly ass right next to us that I kept smelling. I never smelled it, the old man and woman was there. I could have had
No, the best story that you told on here, Per, was the time that you went to Jamaica. The time that you went to Jamaica, you went to Bob Marley.
He don't, honestly.
I love that story.
That story is the best.
Honestly, well, the kid said, please, ma'am, whatever you do. Because listen, if I'd done it, I would say I'd done it, right? I swear to God, I would say I'd done it. Because there's lots and lots and lots of people that do things, and that's up to them. And if that makes them happy, listen, my own family certain ones of my own family. My brother, right, he was only a tiny little kid. I mean, obviously he's grown up now, but when he was younger, he just kept small for some reason. And he used to have a joint hanging out of his mouth longer than he was fucking as tall. Honestly. And I've seen me and my sisters, right, go and absolutely mangle him. We used to tie him up with a washing line because he flipped all together. We knew if he come into contact with us, he'd beat us to pieces, right? So we had to dive on him when we found him, get him to the floor, and tie a washing rope around. And we couldn't even let him in the back of the motor with us because the hands, anything, he'd use anything, and we used to put him in the boot. And then we left him in the boot. When you think about it now, we used to leave him in the boot.
Sounds really bad.
Calm down, and then one of us just had to go and let him free, and we just had to run like fuck. We used to do that all the time, but just to get him out of trouble before he got himself into it. So there was consequences what we used to have to do. I tell you, man, we're not a full shilling.
Could you imagine if we done that in this day and age?
Listen here, this is the gospel honest truth in this day and age. Well, my grandson, he's 15. Well, listen, so it'll be 14 years since, right? In this day and age, I was nearly arrested over this in Asda's in Ashington at Linemouth, right? We were stopping on a site at Linemouth, and the bay that I was on, the motors had come on, and it was on a bend, right on a bend on the corner of the site. And that's where my trailer was, right? Oh, and I was terrified to let the baby out to play. I thought, if ever a car comes flying around there, that's it. So the edge of the plot, and I was sitting in my wisdom, and I thought, and I was measuring up, and I thought, I know what I'm going to do. You know, a washing line, I've just said, tight, the washing line. So anyways, takes myself into Ashington, walking around the thing, and I could I find these washing lines? So I stopped somebody in the Asda. I said, excuse me. I said, do you sell washing lines? He said, oh yes, over there. I said, can you show me? I better walk past them with my eyes closed. Takes me over. I went, no, it was them that's on a spike and they flop out, not them kind. I wanted the washing
old-fashioned line, yeah.
So I said, I said, you know the piece of like the rope, the washing line? No. She went, oh, I don't think we do them. I said, well, they're no good. She said, well, a washing line's a washing line. I said, no, I needed to tie the booty up.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez. What I said. She said, oh, just hold still. She said, and I'll go out the back and I'll go and have a look. Little did I know, dumbhole. She'd gone in, reported us. They were only getting the police to come to the starters, right? Could see the baby in the trolley with us.
Oh, Jesus.
So anyways, I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. I thought, where the fuck? Nobody come back. I thought, oh, fuck. I'll go and find a little hardware shop. Anyways, so off I goes. Oh, they only got the motor, you know, the registration number of the motor.
Oh.
Here I am, back on the site, right? Anyways, oh, sorry, I'd gone to the hardware store, got this little wash line, but it ended up a bit cold, so I couldn't let the baby out. Anyways, not an hour had gone past these police had come onto the site.
Oh, no.
I was the first port to call the trailer. They looked at the motor, come to the door, proper banged at the trailer. I went, hey, it's a caravan. I said, you're going to put the side of the trailer through backward. What do you want? I can see you don't have to knock like that. They went, have you got a child with you? I went, yes, there's a few of them. Which one? What's this about? Can you tell us? They went, is it okay? Can we come in? I went, what do you want? They went, listen, they said, where you? They said, in the back of the car, and this other woman come out. I was only a fucking social worker, right? They come in. They said, can we have a look at the baby? I went, can you tell me what this is about? Anyways, they said, listen, let this lady do a job and then we'll speak to you. They come in, his little nickname was Mush. Fat as butter he was, happy, proper two big blood red cheeks and fat as butter. Anyways, come in, had a look at him and she just went absolutely fine. So then the policeman turned around and said, well, what it is, we've had reports, you've been into Ashington today at such and a time, you've went to told one of the employees that you wanted to purchase a washing line to tie your child up. I went, yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. Oh,
Well, I did. And he went, are you really standing there? You're telling me you wanted
Yes.
a rope to tie a child up? I said, yes.
Oh God.
And we were looking at each other. So I said, listen, I don't explain myself properly. Let me show you what I mean. And at the time, my mushy had it was like little blue leather range, you called them. It was like a little harness strap that went on them. I said, what it is? I said, you see the tow bar on the trailer there? I said, I tie this washing line out, and then you can see the little drops with them. I tie the washing line. I said, you know, yous have come round. Seeing a child, nobody's going to see him. He'll be squashed like a frog. So I'd rather tie him up. And I said, it's like, have you ever had a compass when you were little, and you tied a string to make a perfect circle?
Yeah.
So I said, I took the rope and measured it, so I knew exactly how far to tie it back, and then I know you can get to the edge of the plot and you can't get on the road. He went, sorry to bother you, have a lovely day. So yeah, social workers and the police.
That's what I'm saying these days.
Honestly, but I don't explain myself very good, like. But even
I can imagine. I can imagine the two officers looking at you as if to say, is she all right?
about it, they must have thought this woman's not a full shut.
Yes,
This woman's not a full shut. She's telling two officers of the law she still wants to tie this child up with a rope. But I fucking did. I wanted my baby tied up so he wasn't squashed like a frog. Fucking hell. But yeah, Jamaica. Anybody who doesn't know about Jamaica, so meet the kids. Ma'am, whatever you do, don't eat the chocolate cake. I get easy sidetracked, me, you know. Anyway, so we goes on this trip to Bob Marley's place. And as we went up, you know, the commissioner of Jamaica, and we was at Negril. That's where we was at. The bus took us and he pulled outside, and every person in Jamaica is allowed to own 5 plants, like legally.
Yeah.
So we went up, and he's this man sat with all his badges, you know, like his medals and whatever on him. He's must be used to the bus going past, and he sat with these 5 things, and he's taking photos, and he's proud as punch, this commissioner, a lawman, showing everybody his weed. Right? Anyways, so he gets to Bob Marley's place, jumps out, the first thing they come, these massive, and I mean massive, like the size of a dustbin, like the rim of that, these big, massive chocolate eggs, and I went, no, thank you. That was that. Gets into Bob Marley's place, anyways, doing the tour, and you know what I'm like, I'm always fucking starving, right?
Yeah.
Gets in, and I'm walking about, and I'm thinking, oh God, I'm fucking starving. And there's this great big giant, like this big thing in the middle of this Bob Marley place. So after a while, I start smelling something, and I thought, oh my God, I'm going to have whatever's cooking in a minute. Anyways, gets in. Oh, why I was so late and getting to the place where it was at. You know when Bob Marley singed about his single bed?
Yeah.
Well, Bob Marley's bed is, you know, these seats what I've got, and it's called like a love seat, so it's bigger than the average seat.
Yeah.
Well, Bob Marley's bed was a wooden frame, but it was broader than any single bed that you've ever get. Like a red, like a deep red, you know them throws, what you used to get years and years ago?
Yeah.
You just ID down, whatever you call them, just chuck it over the top of the bed, and it had one of them on, and his little pillow. And it was these gold posts with red rope all around. You wasn't allowed to touch Bob Marley's bed, and I thought, fuck. Oh, I can't believe I've come all the way here and I can't even sit on the bed. So all of a sudden, the security that was there threw these walkie-talkie things, and they left us in this room. Well, that was it. The camera was out quicker than you could say jack shit. I was on Bob Marley's bed, had a selfie talk, leveled the bed up, come back before they got back there.
Yeah.
So I had my photo of that. Then I come out, and you know when he says 3 little birds on my doorstep, that, and the stone, what he used to sit on, over the years, that's where he used to write all of his songs at, you know, and it proper weighed down. Over the years, just that. So anyways, I come out there feeling good. I got this photo, the smell it is again. I thought, right, that's it. So I said to the others, I said, I'm going up here, I can smell something, I'm going for something to eat. When I go on, we'll see you in a bit. He went, please, just watch what you're doing. Went in, ordered myself a little drink, and it was a little, the glasses in there, a little Bob Marley, oh, thank you, me babies, for me prescriptions, little Bob Marley glass with Bob Marley on where he's at, and a joint hanging out of his mouth. And I said, what's that cooking? And they was explaining pasties. So I said, right, I said, I'll have that drink and give me one of them pasties, please. And it's sure, ma'am. Anyways, out this hate my be, out this drink come, and here's this pasty come on the plate. Oh, and I broke it straight open. It was absolutely beautiful. And as I'm nearly finished the pasty, I'm saying to the man, hey, mister, can I have another one of these pasties? And he went, another? I went, yes. Can I have another pasty, please? And he went, sure, ma'am. So anyways, off he goes. I've had this pasty, drunk me drink, getting another drink, and I said, it's Patty. Is that what it is, Patty? So I said,
pasties here, though, Miss T.
Pasties here, and that's exactly what it was like.
Pasties in the UK.
Right, Miss T, and you'll know what I'm on about. I didn't know afterwards. I was just starving, and on the front of it, you know, like you get a stamp if you went into a nightclub.
Yeah.
And it was a little green stamp, and it looked like a little face or something. I never seen the first one. I never seen the second one until after I'd ate them and somebody showed us. Anyways, but there must have been this little stamp on this pasty thing. Anyways, but I never had one. I only had fucking two. Oh my God! Within no time. Well, I was up, I was dancing, I was singing, I was laughing. Everything was hilarious. I was laughing. Oh, my kids only come. They went, what the fucking hell's happening? Shut up, meet me frenzy and this, and I'll have another one of these. Oh, my God, please. I was the entertainment. On the bus home, I was still the entertainment. And all, I'd had two patties with you know, like home improvements inside them. Didn't have a fucking clue. I had the best day of my life. So that time accidental, and the time I was 16-year-old, I'd done this on purpose, though I definitely did try it, and good job I had a bad experience, because I think I would have tried anything through my life. It was a little brown block of stuff, right, and you had to light it with a lighter, and you rolled the fag, and you had to, when it got warm, you had to pull these bits off.
Break it off, yeah.
Anyways, I done mine, puffed my granny out on it. Oh, again. This is how I come to find out I loved corned beef. I never touched corned beef in my life. I ate everything, right? Ash and tap. There'll be loads of names. Whatever it was brown. You had to eat it up, and you pull little bits off and put it in the bag. So I ate everything that was in sight, right? And there was nothing else to eat. All that was left was this fucking corned beef. And I went, oh, God. I said, I can't buy corned beef. And you don't believe how hungry I was. And I opened it and I ate it. And I thought, you know, this is actually nice. And that's how I was 16-year-old. I loved corned beef. But then I got tired, right? And I wanted to lay down. Went to bed. Oh, my God. Honestly, I laid down. And he said I took a whitey. Hey, my Ben. Thanks for the prescription, me baby. So I laid on the bed. Oh my God, I thought the bed was fucking swallowing me. They said I took a whitey. I horrified, so I never ever done anything else from then, right? Till I went to Jamaica and had these patties, like 47 years later, for fuck's sake. But the bed was smothering as I couldn't breathe, and I thought, fuck me sideways, I'm never going to touch that stuff again if that's what it's done to me, and I never did till I went to Jamaica and by mistake again, being a pig, and had two patties and had the best day of my life, basically.
When I remember when I first came to this country in 92, I was 17, and smoking the hashish in Ireland, and then coming over here and smoking it over here, it knocked me out for 24 hours. 3 drags on a spliff. Knocked me out for 24 hours. Gone.
But you can get loads of different, and you know I listened to going on about different, I didn't even know you called it Cali or something.
Yeah, just me. Are you listening to me? Yeah.
But it just shows you, and there must be different like strengths or something that you, listen here, right?
It's flavour, innit? It's all different flavours.
Getting back to me brother, right? His little girl, she was only little, small at the time, that like real young one. And anyways, I'd gone to see my brother and it always stunk. It was like a fucking... You went in and it was just that smell, right? For all he wouldn't smoke it where the kids was, he made them up,
Yeah.
go out. But, poof, that smell hit you. Anyways, I'm going in, I'm sitting, I'm playing with this thing and playing with this thing. And anyways, his daughter went, "And Pearl, do you love it?" And I went, "I do, me baby." It was like a little... Have you ever had a little set of rosary beads in the round pot, but this was stainless steel?
Yeah.
It had a picture on it.
Grinder.
And when I looked, I went, "Oh," I said, "I do, I love it, me baby." She went, "That's me dad's grinder. He only has
Grinder.
the good shit." The little child was telling us it's the good shit.
The good stuff. The good stuff.
But no, she called it my dad's good shit.
Oh,
So no, I have been about it all. I was playing with a grinder. I didn't know what it was. I just picked.
grinding away. She's grinding away, opens and then, oh, what the smell.
Yeah. But and that's what it was, and it was a picture on it. And I looked, and you know where he's had it for that long? Like the picture was weared off, but I couldn't make. And I just went, "Yeah, it's nice." I went, "Nice." Dad's grinder. So I didn't have a second clue when I was olden. I'm going to take you outside now for a puff of me granny.
I was listening to you tell your story about prison, and I was like, the bit where you said, "Oh, you get tested, but as soon as you stand your ground when you first go in." Yeah, that happened to me.
Got tested twice, my Kelly, but twice they never done anything with us.
Yeah.
Don't get us wrong, I never come off lightly, but they couldn't master us, put it that way, right? And then they just took us under the wing, as they call it, and everybody wanted to be friends.
It's the same as me when I got locked up first in this country, Holloway.
Yeah.
It was my very first time in an English game.
But no, if you show you're weak, you're basically fucked.
You're bullied, man. That's it. You're done. You're done. You're done. You're a target. But I remember.
Liked us. They really actually ended up really liking us, I tell you. And a couple of them I stayed friends with. So they actually liked us.
Same, like, 'cause when I went in, I went into, you know, the way you get searched and all of that, and then you go through the reception bit for it, and you wait to get took up to the wing. Well, in that bit where you get, you know, when you're waiting for the officers to come down and take you up to the wing, you get your cigarette pack, don't you?
You do. You get everything, don't you? Your bit of uniform.
And all that, yeah, to get me like your sheets, everything.
Yeah.
The next thing was a prisoner, an inmate that was like enhanced. So she was walking down in the reception.
Yeah.
And she tested me. Yeah, she came in. She was about 20 stone. Yeah, big butch. She came she was like, "Give me a cigarette pack." And I just looked at the size, man. The only thing I thought, you know what? I'm wrapping a chair right around your head. Do you get me? I picked up a chair, wrapped it around the head. By the time I got up to the wing, everybody knew who I was. And like you, took right under the wing.
Well, you have to be dog eat dog, because oh my God, you would have had the worst time ever. So you were better off just getting right to it.
Yeah.
Sitting living in fear, basically.
For real. Because the way people get targeted in there is horrible, man.
Yeah. Do you know something I'm saying? I didn't have, well, like I used to have to go to school, my Kelly, because you had to be 21 to work, and I was only 18. And they even used to let us on a weekend for a bit of like extra time out. You know, the officers' mess. I was allowed to go in there and clean up because I was a maniac. Pearl, no, I'm not hiding from the protesters, my Zoe. So if you've come in to tell us about that, make sure you send us the days to come, because I'm putting lamb on the menu.
Zoe, the protesters there, you twat. Zoe, leave the room.
No, leave them in. Leave them in. Make sure you tell us, because I'm putting lamb on.
But if there was protesters, wouldn't we hear them?
Yeah,
You get
not
me? Wouldn't we
your
hear them?
lips, because I know which side. Yes, I know which side you've come from. Not for your lips. They're for me customers, but I want you to smell them. The lamb cooking. I want you to smell them. But you can use the bush, but I haven't trimmed the nettles down, so be prepared. Yeah, make sure you bring yourself a packed lunch. I'll go live. Yes, I'll keep it on alive. when they come. Come out, Precious, stop being backward. Come on. I'm sure she's blind, you know. Come on, good girl. Hurry up, come on. Come on. Now, I have to go, put my foot on the bottom step. I think her old eyesight's... Watch here. Come here, my Precious. Go, mummy girl. Come on. Good girl. Come on. There you go. The minute she can see the bottom step. I think she's going... 14. She's Shih Tzu.
Yeah, and for 14, that's it. That's God. She's old, isn't she? She's old.
So,
Isn't it 2 years? Is it 2 or 3 years to 1 year in the dog?
7.
Is
7
it?
year for one of our years is 7 year for a dog, isn't it?
I thought it was.
Yeah.
Oh God!
Yeah.
So the dog is ancient. The dog is in
Yeah.
its hundreds.
She's a proper old woman. The two of them are. They're both 14. So, and I think a Shih Tzu lives like 15 max. Oh, don't. They've been with us every day of their lives. Yeah, her dog's 13 and going blind. That's what I think it is with her. And it's just because she can't see the steps, so I think she is gone blind.
You might have gone blind or a little bit deaf.
What experiences did you come out with, Mike Kelly, from prison? Like,
What do you mean, like?
did you keep in contact with anybody? And
No, I couldn't. Because everybody that I did make friends with and they was all doing drugs. Do you get me? So,
oh, right,
you get me? So I couldn't. I had to come away from the crowd in it.
yeah.
You get me?
Well, the woman who I was padded up with, she, the son-in-law at the time, this is who she was in for, he used to absolutely torture a daughter and the children, and he wasn't the father to the children, and he used to absolutely torture them. And then, like, she used to have to watch her daughter, the state she used to come in, like back when she'd leave him, come back to her mum's. Then the daughter must have been at work, wherever, and the mother went over and she caught him in the bed with somebody else. And
Oh,
the woman
Jesus.
flipped. And the woman was like proper bad with her nerves and that, but I know this, but she was
I
a
met
lovely woman.
like that in there.
She
You
was
get
a
me?
lovely
And she was in for M as well. And the story that she told me behind it was horrific. And I was like, Jesus Christ, why did you even get done for this? Do you get me? Because she was like, yeah, it was bad. What you done to her? And she acted in retaliation of 9 years of it. And then one day she snapped.
I used to fall off the fucking beds and all. You know, when you're not used to a bunk bed, I had to have the fucking top bunk bed, right? When you're not used to it and you wake up through the middle, I don't know how many, well, a couple of times I've done a tuck and roll, nearly knocked my instrals in.
You know what I didn't like? I didn't like going into remand on Holloway. I despised Holloway because of the dorms. Do you get me? And then because I was always fighting, because it was a four or 5 man dorm, it'd be 5 people in one cell, but it's classed as a dorm. But I would, because I didn't, there was so many inmates that was in there that I didn't, you know, like all different people. It's all right when you get a few of your mates all in one dorm, then it's a laugh. But if you get a few mixtures, do you get me? People coming in on remand and all that. Listen, I had to fight. I had to fight to get it. Like in the end, I ended up becoming like security risk that they had to put me in a single cell. Single cell, that was good for me.
Walls, though, don't you? Like, you have your top dom in there.
Oh yeah.
Everybody goes to that one person.
Yeah.
And then you have your little levels down from it. But all levels liked me, actually.
Well,
He actually did. I don't know if it was because I was young as well, you know. Like, I don't know. When I first went in, it's on the F page. What made?
I escaped from juvenile, right? I
Yeah.
escaped 3 times and the judge got pissed off me. This was in Dublin and I was only 14, right? And the judge got so mad with me, right? That he said to me, do you know what? If you want to act like a big woman, then I'm going to put you into big woman's jail. Do you get me? Then I went into Mountjoy, yeah? Oh my God, the fights I had to put in there in that prison, right? Right.
Like when you do go, because whichever one you go to, you have to like
You have
prove
to.
yourself, don't you?
You
That's what
do.
you have to do. You have to prove yourself. So when you've gone from one to one, that must be all. And do you know something? I think that would just make it'd have to make you. You have to.
Exactly. You have to make the most. Yeah.
You have to
And you know what?
because if not, you're constantly the underdog, and then your life wouldn't be worth living.
Yeah, and you know what as well? Like the judge messed me up then because that was a wrong move to do to me because I went in a petty criminal, and because I went into big woman's jail, and then after I proved myself, they all took me under the wing, and then I came out a mastermind.
Yeah,
They
that's what
taught me,
happened.
they taught me the ropes of everything.
That's what's happened with a lot of people around now. Went in for petty things, and they've come out and it's made them into like proper bad lads and whatever.
Yeah, it did, it did, Pearl. It messed me up,
Sorry,
and I
that's what
got
you get. It's like a fucking aeroplane. But yeah, so personally myself, like I think when people's in prison, oh sorry, my Shane, I'm ignorant as a pig, sorry. Like I don't know how it works now, but then back in the day I think it would have been good to have things, but I suppose it was because you always had a probation officer and all, didn't you, when you come out?
Yeah, it's true. But
So
you know
the-
what? But this is why I could never make friends with people in prison because every time I got out, there was always someone getting out that I knew. And then that we would go on a session and I wouldn't get to probation. Then straight again, I'm on the run again.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I didn't get to probation. So that's why when I finished my 6 years, I said, right, I need the drug worker that's been helping me. I need him outside the gate and I need my care worker to get me down. Because we worked out a plan just before I got out. Do you get me? So yeah, they were outside the gate. I said, I'm not going out that gate. No, that there's inmates getting out with me because it's just going to lead me down the wrong road. And they did. They picked me up at 9 o'clock. They picked me up. They probably
people
did.
will learn the first time, but then you get other people, they get addicted and all, don't they? They get some people, you hear people say, I couldn't live on the outside world because I've been institutionalised for so long.
There's a
I don't
girl,
have to cope in the normal world.
yeah, there's a girl, Amanda, that I knew, yeah, and she was in Cookham Wood. And I was doing 18 months at the time, right? And she was getting out, and then she came back the same day. The same day she came back, Pearl. The same day. And I said to her, I said, what the hell? I said, I would give anything to get out. Do you get me? And she was like, this is all I know. I don't know the streets. This is all I know. Like, and this is all I'm used to. So, yeah.
Ellie,
Yeah.
this is my Alfie, my Kelly.
Hello.
Hello.
What
Morning.
were you telling me about your brother? Go on, I'll pour this water in the cup.
Oh, well. No, I
Morning,
just wanted to say about institutionalised because that was my brother. Even when my brother come out, I think he's been inside like nearly. He's 30 now. He's been inside nearly half of his life, 15 years. And when he comes out, like in and out, on and off, and when he comes out, he treats the house like he's inside, like where he puffs on a spliff. Like if you take one of his Rizzlers, he goes mental because inside, if you take someone's Rizzler, it's
Yeah.
like game over. So everything he does outside is the same thing inside.
It's mad, isn't it? Like how institutionalized you can get, man. Do you get me? Like I thought I was going to be fucked after 6 years, but you know what? That 6 years changed my life, man. I needed that because that 6 years, because of all the little silly months I was getting, it wasn't helping me. Do you get me? So I needed a big sentence so that I could get the help that I needed. I could do the courses that I needed. Do you get me? To change my life. And I done it. And I ain't looked back.
There is, like what you've just said, do you know what? They are there to understand that everyone thinks prison's a bad place, but there are things inside that can help you and that can set you on the right place and to set you on the right path.
But you just want to, you need to want to
Though,
do
there
it.
wasn't my Alfie. Listen, you done what you done, and you were either you survived it or you didn't. It was as simple as that. And when you come out, for all you had a probation officer, it was only did you turn up to that probation, and that was as much as. And they'd ask you
that
for
was back in the day.
changes. Have you done anything? You signed the form, you ticked, your name was on a list, wasn't it? You ticked your name to say you'd attended, and bam, from that was it, fuck off till next week. So I don't think there was measures put in place, and maybe that's why.
Yeah, back in the day there wasn't. Yeah,
Yes.
back in the day there wasn't. That's why I think I kept committing because there was nothing in place. And yeah, and then when they started putting all that stuff in place, anytime that I did go in, I wasn't doing long enough to finish the courses that I was doing. You get me? So I would just go back out and then straight back to square one. But I will say that 6 years saved my life. It did. It changed my way of thinking. It changed everything. I've not committed a crime since 2006. We're 2024 now.
That was like my dad. My dad was in and out of ball stalls from young, from like 15.
Yeah.
They ain't got ball stalls no more though, have they?
No, you don't.
Ball stalls.
Boston.
No, there used to be one not far from me in Aycliffe, and that went a long time. But all you ever heard in there was like really horror stories.
Yes.
My dad's got loads of them. My dad, like, if you've ever seen the film Scum, like it is basically like it ain't far off of a Reputation, like what my dad says. Like my dad can't watch the film because it reminds him too much.
That really does happen like that.
Say that again.
That really does happen. Kelly, do you agree? Even
Yes.
really does happen like that.
Yes, it
Well,
does.
I know some stories of some underdogs that were inside. We know people that mullered themselves and everything because, well, as you said, where they can't get up and where they might not be as strong as other people, like they physically couldn't help themselves. So, we heard stories of people that had literally cut their wrists and
That's what I'm saying. You do get the hardest of the hardest in there, but then they become a little bit weak because the time gets too much for them. Like it's not helping them.
But listen, I've always been lucky enough to miss it, let's just say. But touch wood. But listen, I've always sat there and thought it must be a terrifying thing. That first night must be one of the most terrifying things in your life.
Yeah.
The first time when you go in, especially if you're a kid, do you get what I'm saying? And you're going into a big jail and you're like, whoa. Do you get me? And then you're confronted by these testers, as I call them. Do you get me? And then you have to fight them just to prove that you're not weak. Do you get me? That's the daunting thing of first going in.
And you got people in there where they're serving life, they've got nothing to lose. So they do anything and everything they want in there. And it don't matter if they muller someone in there. It don't matter if they do this or it don't matter if they do that because they know they're never getting out.
And these days now as well, because when I got to 6 years, I'm not going to lie, the first 2 years I was rebelling bad. I was always fighting. Do you get me? I was like always in trouble. And then the next couple of years, like I literally put my head down and got stuck into what I needed to do. You get me? But I don't even know what the fuck I was saying there. I've lost my train of thought.
But it's like my brother. My brother always used to say, like, the scariest things that he used to see is when you'd get word that people were after you. And he says, he used to say, like, the first thing he used to do is, when they unlock your cells, he said the first thing that he used to do, don't matter what time, he used to make sure that he was awake, he'd get straight out of bed and get straight up against his door.
And get ready, yeah.
Yeah, and lock the door again. I think because he was in a cell where you could lock the door from the inside. I'm not sure if that's still a thing, but he used to sit there and say, like, the first thing you'd do, it didn't matter if it was 5 o'clock in the morning, you'd get bolt upright and you'd be out of bed, closing the door back again because you never knew. Because he see it all the time. He see like 15 people just run into a cell and carnage, absolute carnage.
And you know the thing now, because back in the day, the officers, back in the day, right, they used to tell us if there was an NONC on the wing, and they would unlock them.
They want you to do them.
Yeah, they would on lockdown. They would lock us all in. Yeah, then they would come to the ones that they know who's going to do it and not say nothing. You get me? And keep the officer on the down low. So they would come and unlock us and tell us what cell they were in, and then we would go in and just mash them up. Do you get me? And then we'd get locked back in, and then that's it.
You know how you see on like if you watch it on anything now, and they've got all of them nets and everything like that on the layers. They didn't used to have them, because that's how a lot of people used to lose their lives, just chucking over there. And it was for years and years and years. There was never none of them in, or sometimes get thrown over and do whatever.
But the thing is, them nets are even worse now, though, because some of them nets now are metal. So the thing is, if you're going from a high enough height and you hit one of them metal nets, you wish, I'm not being funny, you wish you weren't it. What it does to you.
This is why now they've got windows that don't really open. They only like open a little bit. Do you get me? So that anything like that, you can't do anything like that now.
A little of.
Like my brother used to tell me about people getting oiled, all of it, and he used to say the worst part of it was your showers, because when you're in the showers, you're the most vulnerable. You got nothing around you. You're on your own.
I said, that's me. I listen to things with my son and with my brother, things that they've told us over the years, and it's bad. It's bad. So, and like my oldest boy has spent nearly all of his life in and out. Just for doing, not doing anything bad, but well, it's still bad because obviously he went to prison for it. But,
sometimes people have got to do what you got to do to survive. That's why I was in and out. I had to survive.
I do believe, though, 100% believe that there are some people that are just born bad. There are some people that are born out there that are just that they're made for that lifestyle. I don't know if it's the sister. I don't know. I don't think it's how they're raised. I don't think nothing. Because the thing is, I've seen people in there that have come from the most loving, best home in the world, but them just as a person, they was just born with something in their brain that just made them different.
And
but it's sad, and everything stems from you bringing up, right? Like, not you bringing up, I'm not saying about parents here, but just...
Oh, I am. Mine is because the way my family treated me.
Was it, Michael?
Yeah, I ran away at 12, never returned. I'm 49.
So that was your only escape? That was your only way out then?
Yep.
But you can hear lots of people who will come on and their children's went down the wrong path and they've come from amazing families. Do you know what I'm saying? They've come from amazing families. And then you'll get young women and men go out and to make ends meet, they'll go and do what they do on the streets, if you get what I mean. And,
I know
and then to keep that up, they'll turn to... taking all substances things, then they have to go back, then they have to go and do another kind of work on the streets to keep the substance up. So it's a vicious circle, isn't it?
It's a vicious circle. It's a really bad vicious circle, to be fair.
That's what I'm saying. And they can come from the best homes ever.
That was sort of like my brother, though, because the thing is, when we grew up, don't get me wrong, listen, we never had an amazing childhood, but we had money. If anything was needed, it was there. If do you know what I mean? We didn't really want for nothing. Don't get me wrong, we weren't in massive houses and things like that. We was just, if we needed something, it was there. Yeah, and that was like my brother, but my brother still wanted to just go out. He was petroling cars, touring motors, touring inside houses.
Did you ever ask your brother? Why is he acting that way? Because that's a thing that never got asked by my family, and I wished he did. Do you get me? Because the way I was acting, it was like a cry for help because of what was happening to me in family home.
Yeah, it was. Do you know what? I reckon it was something like that. But then, I think my brother just genuinely enjoyed it. If you ask my brother what got him into prison, he would tell you that he was having fun. Because the thing is,
thrill of not getting caught.
Yeah, but as my dad's always said to me, because my dad's been in and out.
Yeah.
My mother's been in and out. My sister's been in. She shit herself. That was funny. But
well, she learned a lesson then, by the sounds of it.
Oh, honestly, listen, she got put in Peterborough. She was in there for, I think, about 7 months. And every single day don't listen, she's a hard little girl, she is. She sticks up for herself, but behind closed doors, when she was on the phone to my mother, she was shitting herself.
Bless her, man. Because it is a very daunting thing to get me prison.
But when Ash just said it there, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Because if you're sure you're a coward, you're going to have it every single day, all day long. So you're best off just biting.
Getting into it. Yeah, just getting into the crap and deal with it.
Get into it and sort it. And if you come out on top, good on you. But never ever run away from anybody who's coming to you. Always stand your ground. No, listen, do you know what I'm a big believer in? Whether you lose or you win.
got to hold your own.
Doesn't matter, you still stood your ground.
There's no
You still
shame
stood
in
your ground,
losing
yes.
as long as you stand your ground and don't be a
Exactly.
coward.
And the thing is, I think you get more respect for that as well, because I think people look at you and listen, even if you get poggered and you're still standing there ready, like coming in, like
Still
let's
having
have
it,
it,
yeah.
Yeah.
you get more respect for that.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I only had to do that once. And that was in Holloway jail. That was the first time I ever went into jail in this country. And that was in Holloway. And then any other time I went into prison, I was known. I was already known. I had the reputation, don't mess with me, innit?
Yeah.
The reputation just goes around every jail, innit, that you go to.
When was you in Holloway?
I went into Holloway, Jesus Christ, in
Because my mother was in there.
94. No, not 94, 95.
No, my mother was in there. It might have, I think it was Holloway. Was Holloway still open in the early 2000s?
I think it was closing down.
Yeah, they was getting ready. They was getting ready to
They were
move
getting ready
everyone
to
out.
close it down. Yeah, I think they were getting it closed down well, I got out of the jail that I was in, Cookham Woods. I got out of there in 2006, and Holloway was still open at that time. Do you get me? So I do think that it closed down around 2007, 2008.
Yeah, see, my mother went inside. She had a massive tear up with these birds. She thought she was the bee's knees. She was a kickboxer. She had medals and everything, and she just got out of hospital with me. I had a really bad accident when I was young. I got blown up with petrol. But my mum had just, do you know what? I can't even remember it. That's how long ago it was. But my mum had literally, the first day she'd come from visiting me, my brother got into a fight with this boy, and this boy's mother come along with an iron bar and done my brother.
Oh.
So my mum, I remember she told me the story. She pulled up down there. She had a 3 Series BM. She said she pulled up outside on the curb so hard that when she yanked the handbrake up, when she went to leave, she couldn't get the handbrake back down. And she coated the floor with this woman. They sent us the evidence photos afterwards to say, like, oh, this is why you're being done. The woman had patches of hair lost. She had teeth missing, black eyes, everything, because my mum just absolutely went to town on her. And do you know what?
Sorry, Alfie, I was just going to unmute that, mods. You should have, somebody's just typed in, I don't know if you all, Pearl, why do you touch kids? You little weirdo.
I didn't see that.
No, because it was ghosted, but I'm telling you what's in the comments. Little weirdos. Go out the site.
But yeah, the only time she ever cried. The only time she ever cried was when she got in, I think, holding cells. They put her in this weird see-through, I don't know if you know about it, but this weird see-through tracksuit. They took all of her clothes off of her.
Oh, Jesus, what?
They put, it weren't see-through, but it was really thin material, so you could see underneath. And that's the only time she cried, because she said, they can see me underwear. Yeah, that was the only time that she cried.
Wow. But yeah, I'm laughing there. I wasn't laughing at what you was saying. I'd had my oldest boy, and I'd just had my daughter, my Jane Ann, right? So after I always got my children out the sunroof, as they say, right? Anyways, so I was already bad, and I was hooked up onto a blood transfusion thing. You know, back in the day, you could smoke in the hospital, right? This is the gospel honest truth.
Oh, I know. Do you remember them days, Pam? Jesus Christ.
So, here I wheels me blood. Oh, I kept saying I'm going along. They said, no, you're not. Hey, my Briggy. They said, no, you're not. When you come off the blood transfusion, you can go along. So anyways, I let the nurses go out the way, and I thought, you can fuck off. And also, I wheeled me blood along. Because when you have that, you can't straighten up or anything. Gets myself into the smoking ward. And sits myself down. And always these two little gossips stood over the corner. And anyways, sitting chatting away. And I love listening to a bit of gossip, right? And anyways, they were only they didn't know where I was. They was going on about my mum and my little boy, right? So I'm stood there, I'm puffing my granny out, getting madder and madder, but I needed to listen to the story. I swear to God. And it happened on Raby Ward in Bishop Auckland. You call it the poor woman, she's not here no more, June Brown, who... she come and she stood on guard on the door for us, right? Anyways, these two women, and I thought, off they went, and I thought, off the one woman went, and I thought, right, I'm getting you. So anyways, June was she was a domestic at the time, a cleaner they called them. He wasn't called domestic, but just a cleaner. It was called. And anyways, I went, June, watch the door. She went, got you, like this. And I still remember in this pink, like, overall thing, was a thing bath everywhere, but it wasn't because the drip that whipped out. I got onto it, I give it to her. I said, now call anything belonging to me a B. She was screaming for dear life. Somebody in the hallway, there was a proper bell, and there was ringing the bell because the screams out of this room was unbearable, right? And then all of a sudden, June bang, bang, banged on the door. That was much to say the nurses was coming. And anyways, when they come in, it looked like M had been committed because I was on a blood bag, like having a transfusion, and that's what it was. I mean, the woman was a bit roughed up, but not like the whole room looked. And they come in, anyways, they took her somewhere, took me somewhere, more than my Tracy. And when I said, there's nobody in here calling my child a B. I said, they were sitting there in front of my face, speaking about me mum. Anyway, this woman signed herself out. She'd gone. She'd had her baby normal. She'd gone. And then when I had my other children after that, every time I went in, I had to sign a paper to say that if I caused any trouble, I wasn't ever allowed to be seen at the hospital anymore.
Jesus.
Kept that in place. But yeah, even in the hospital, I got stuck into it. Even I
So
think.
what was your...
You know what?
If you don't mind me asking, what did you go in for, Pearl?
Me, fraud, theft and deception. And TWOC. Like, obviously, but I'd done my time for the TWOC. And then it wasn't bad. I think you used to maybe get 4 or 5 weeks or something for TWOC. So I chose a car. Then I...
Just make the coffee.
Right, you know when you used to sign on back in the day on a dole thing, right?
Oh, yeah, do you remember them days?
Fun fact, that's where UB40 gets their photo from, unemployment benefit 40.
Yeah. Is it? There you go.
Yeah, if you look at
Did you... Pearl,
it's
It was like a sagey green colour, the dole cards. Anyways, what I done was I didn't know that you had to go back to the same dole. I thought if you had a dole card, you could go anywhere, and that's what I was doing. But to my saving grace, but it wasn't as quick as things are now. They had to go like back on a trail where I'd been. So I'd gone in this day, handed the dole card in, and it was a different dole station. Thank you, me baby, for the prescription. Different dole card, and that's what I was doing. Anyways, we got watched. And we just ended up on remand for 3.5 months. Because it was just a cross on my name as well. Well, they knew I was a bit touched in the head.
Pearl, when I first came to this country, yeah, with my son, I was 17, right? And I met up with a whole load of Northern Ireland people, yeah, and African people. And when I tell you, the doles back then, yeah, you could go around and do NFA and get gyros. Do you get me? You could do the books. You could go, like, it was so easy.
NFA.
Like, basically, yeah, you find a house, an empty house, and you could go to the dole office and say, can you send my gyro to there, please? Like, I've got no fixed abode. Do you get me? Yeah, like, and I was going around, like, we were doing multiple, like, dole offices, like, in a day.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
That was like the old checks, though, weren't it?
Yes, that's what I mean. And like everything, we could even watch the birth rates and everything back then. Do you get me?
Because with the checks, when they never had no computers, it'd take a couple of days for it to get over to the other branch, innit? So you could take that check and you could have it bounced from a couple of different places before anything come back to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, or else you could watch the birth certificate and open up birth claims in all different dole offices and do what I said. If you find an empty house, you could get the gyros sent to there, and that's what we were doing. And then we were going around dole offices and picking the gyros up from the dole offices if they wouldn't do the NFA.
Whereabouts in Northern Ireland?
Honestly, like I said,
No, this is when I first came to the UK, when I was living in South East London.
All right, yeah.
I was the biggest shoplifter going. Listen,
Same.
I would never go like and take off anybody's person or anything like that. It was always
No,
intentional.
no, I was never like that. It
But
was
if
always.
listen, I was a proper little opportunist. If I could get anything, I would get it. Simple as that.
That's the way I was. I always took
That's
off the
surviving,
government.
though.
Whenever,
That's survival.
I never took off people. Like, do you get me? I always took off the government. That was me. I've always took off the government. You know, like shoplifting or else doing fraud or whatever. Yeah,
Here
that's
you are.
Well, that's what I like to call borrowing.
But listen, you know, like when you used to like take clothes or think, it always tasted nicer if it was for nothing. It always felt lovely when you had it on.
exactly.
My new clothes was when my mum come home, the first on the rag cart was the best dressed. So
And the thing about us when we're shoplifting as well, we're going and getting the designer stuff. Because if we're going to get nicked, we're going to get nicked for something good. To get me bags and bags of it.
That's
Hi,
what you get to.
Nita.
Morning, Tracy.
Twinkle, how are
Are
you?
you alright?
I'm good.
Yeah, you alright?
Yeah, I'm all good. All good.
That's what my dad used to say. My dad used to have money and he used to turn around and say, yeah, but I miss the thrill of it. He used to go, I miss having something for free.
I do miss the freebies, but you know what? It's not worth the jail time, man.
Oh, nowadays it ain't. Nowadays they've got cameras that take play everything. It's not worth it.
Really not worth it.
Hey, listen, Stephen is disgusting. And listen, that was what you done back in the day. The fittest of the survival of the fittest.
That's the
Dog
survival,
eat
man.
dog. That's how you survived, mate. That's how you got on.
Yeah, listen, I was a kid on the streets, man, from the age of 14. I had to do what I had to do to
You get
survive.
out to be, you were blocked before. I don't know you've been unblocked.
Even me. I moved out. I moved out on my own when I was 18. Yeah, and I went through like a little rebellious thing. And my dad had a stroke, so he weren't earning no money. I couldn't care less. I used to go into supermarkets, fill up trolleys, and walk out of them. I didn't.
Exactly, so did I, Alfie.
They do that today. They do that now.
That's
People.
what you had to do to get by because it was either do that or don't eat for 3
Don't
days.
eat. Yeah, and don't, you get me? I used to do it as well. I used to go into shops with tinfoil bags, you know, bags with tinfoil all inside it.
Alarms don't go off.
Alarms don't go off. Do you get me? Like you can come out with loads of shit.
Yeah, that was years and years ago. That'll have been like 30 odd years when that used
Yeah,
to
but no, you can still do it, Pearl. You can still
okay.
do it. You just watch that you don't get caught, because if you get caught with one, the police nick you for going equipped.
Listen, the best thing, best thing, get yourself a key ring, yeah? Get yourself a very high-powered magnet on a key ring. Because a magnet will
That's
pop
the
any
truth.
tag.
That really does. It pops, you know, the thing.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it pops
Yeah.
it pops the tag off.
Because the two magnets react against each other.
Yeah.
And it just pops
Boom.
it off. No, that's the truth. That still happens now.
It is true. Yeah. Yep.
If only it was like
Alfie, watch everybody's telling you, Alfie, stop giving the secrets away. Everybody's like,
I'm just thinking, fucking hell, what have I come into?
you came in.
you know what, me,
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Who gets the odd cheeky leg of lamb?
oh, listen, I get legs of lamb like you wouldn't believe.
4 sheep come walking past my way the other day before I knew it. They were packed, sorted, cut, and they were in the freezer. Thank you, my Maria.
Ask Aunt Tracy. I can get.
Get in, Tracy.
I say to you all the
You're
time.
precious.
I say to you all the time, like it's a shame that no one lives near me, because the thing is, the amount of meat I get on a weekly basis, I make hundreds off of it. And I say to all these people, listen, I wish you lived near me because I'd give it to all of you. I'd give it away to all of you.
Alfie, shush boy.
Alfie, I'll get in my car and come and see ya.
Listen, I'll say it now.
Know where you live.
Anyone, Aunt Tracy will tell you, the leg of lamb I had for Easter was the size of my torso.
Yeah, it was, seriously, it was. If I was close to him, I'd have had it in a heartbeat.
Well, it can't be a lamb backward. A lamb's only little.
These lambs.
No,
it was
when I tell you a leg of lamb,
It's still the meat's lamb. Sorry, yeah, I'm backward.
no, when I tell
But
you
with the
now,
sheep then,
no, when I tell you now, it was a leg of lamb, but it had the hoof on it and it had the tail on it. It was the whole hind quarter.
oh, right.
Oh,
Yeah. But my favourite is TK Maxx. I'd love it.
you are joking, aren't you?
Alfie, shush now.
Alfie, you are joking, aren't you?
No, it was the whole hind quarter.
I'm afraid I'm a bit like Pearl. I don't really get a lot of stuff, really. I'm a bit like
Oh,
Pearl.
I get all kinds.
No, I mean, like, in my head.
Look
In my
how
head,
someone
I'll sit
said
back
you
to the
put
front.
it might have been one of
Mutton,
Laura's.
that's it, my Paris.
Yeah,
Mutton.
Trace is like 6 years behind. It takes about 6
No,
years to
because
catch
lamb's
up.
only
No, but we love Tracy.
BT purse. Pearls.
Wait, someone just said it might have been Laura's.
Exactly.
Who killed all the sheep? I
Tell you
did.
what,
I did.
me.
Listen, I said it the other day on my live. The least expected. It was me.
Exactly. Well, like
You're not gonna like expect me. Are you?
What was I going to say there? But, and I tell you what I used to love, especially the fruit picking, the taties, you know, in the fields where you could live like kings and queens.
Yeah, I'm thinking to go.
Scrumping, you can't do it no more.
Come back with your back broke for how many bags you took. You lived for
Oh, never thought
and
of
then
that,
you
Pearl.
eat. Your dogs went out coursing, and listen, you proper lived off the land. End of. You lived
My
off.
aunt used to
Now,
go.
you can't do that now.
No, you can't.
Everyone's
You can't do
private
nothing no
property
more.
now. I know, right?
My aunt used to go mental. We used to go out at Christmas time. We'd bring 20 pheasants back to her because what we used to do is we used to get pheasants because she always used to know how to skin them and pluck them. We could do it, but we used to sit there and say, right, well, if you know, we'll go and get them, you pluck them. We used to go and get 20 pheasants. We'd take them all down the pub and we'd get a free pint for each pheasant we had. So we'd go down before Christmas on, like, let's say Christmas Eve, we'd be in the pub. We'd walk in with these 20 pheasants and we'd drink for free the whole night.
You listen here, my mum and her brother, right? This is the gospel honest truth. My mum was called Liddy and her brother's called
Maybe
Neil.
Laura, liars.
So anyways, my uncle Nearly knowed where all of these fighting cock chickens was, right? So he said to me, mum, and he had a Ford, a flatbed they called it, but it obviously had the things on it for to put these chickens in. So anyways, my uncle Nearly was said to me, mum, right, how will it? He said, I'll get them and I'll chuck them up. He said, and you sort them. So all right, my old brother, she called him, right? Anyway, so these chickens is going up, and now my Uncle Mary's out of puff, right? And he said, how are Liddy? He went, how many chickens have we got now? And anyway, my mum, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he went, Liddy, he said, what are you doing? He said, I can't even hear him. She said, Dindley, she said, I've won an X. Scoring them because he wanted to sell them on because they was good fighting cocks, right?
Yeah, they used to be good money,
He
didn't they?
wanted them to sell on for a bit of fit and was ringing the necks as they was going on. What my mum done when she was little. My mum and her sister-in-law, and both of these people still alive now, my Uncle Nelly, my Aunt Pat, my mum, and I don't know who else was in the car, it was another woman. And I can't for the life of me remember. Anyways, how they used to get up and do all these things. The people are, honestly, you're going to say, oh my God, no. Listen to what they stole, right? The hot-wired at Erst, right? So, my Aunt Pat and my Uncle Nearly's in the front. The bigger woman is squeezed in a seat, and my mum got in the back, and the sheet was there. So they're going along in the first, and my mum, in her wisdom, because my mum was comical, in her wisdom, put the sheet over her. Anyways, there was this car behind, and they shouting, stop. Like the people in the... My mum was telling her brother and her sister-in-law in the front, stop. So as they stopped and put the brakes on, my mum shut up. These people was screaming in the car. Ian, that's what they used to do.
I would have been the bastard getting in the casket and scaring people.
That's what I said. This is the kind of life I This was just
Oh,
normal.
that would have been good.
Listen here, my brother. What do you think my brother done to me, mum? Right? This was only on at well, how long since? Oh, this will be. I'm trying to think how old my kids is.
Oh, are you sure it ain't during the war?
About 27, 28 years since, right? You know, a big JCB thing with the big figure on the front. Well, anyways, my mum was overstaying it where the transporter bridge is at Middlesbrough on a big piece of ground there. So anyways, my brother in his wisdom went, wired this big fucking digger thing. Come along, my mum, drunk as a fool, and she used to call me brother Alibaba, King of the Thieves. And anyways, he was shouting, Mum, come out the trailer. So my mum come out drunk as a fool, and he put the bucket down in the front. He went, please, ma'am, get in. Come on, I'll take you for a ride around the field. My mum backwards had a fool. Only jumped in this bucket. He started going around, because it was a thing that started bouncing on the field. He only bounced out. He only broke my mum's leg clean in two, right?
Oh, my God.
The digger ended up over on the side. Then he
Morning.
used to do all kinds. My mum once done the transporter bridge. She tried to climb up to it. The news people come out on the news for trying to climb up, drunk as a parrot, trying to climb up the transporter bridge. You know where the workmen would go?
Yeah, you go up straight.
Yeah, and so I'm getting back to the story of my brother, why she called him Alibaba, King of the Thieves, right? So he was always in prison, getting back to that. And then my mum was always drunk, end of, right? So she gets on the visit, and my brother used to die. All these people sat in the waiting room, waiting for the partners and the mums to come in and visit them. And then all of a sudden, yeah, I know he could have, my Jojo. Then all of a sudden, he spied my mum, and she went, Alibaba, King of the Thieves. He just slided down the chair, but all of his friends in the prison used to come and take the piss out of him. He kept that name all of his life, Alibaba, King of the Thieves, through me mum. My mum's coming to see me when I've had the kids sometime, pissy ass drunk, and she's been wheeled in a wheelchair. Oh, honestly,
You know what, my pal?
I swear to God, that's what she used to do to us.
I don't think you round a fire with a few beers and just sit and chat to her all night.
Yes, exactly. But that's what she used to do.
These are the best stories. These are the best stories. What you're seeing now, like, look, you've got all these silly people wasting all their time on these stupid group chats, but look at this. We're all having a laugh. We're all...
Yeah, innit?
It's a good time. Do you know what I mean? This is what it should be about.
Talking, like.
We was like that last night, weren't we, Kel? We had such a laugh last night. Really did. After all that commotion.
This is what we need on the app, like affect the toxicity and the
We have to all
drama.
go back through our lives, right? And see what was being said. Like, Lucy drink problem. That's what they done in them days, though. The women went out and they'd come back home. They'd be outside with a big old pots, cooking a bit of food and having a drink, and that's what they done. Hey,
We still do it today, but when we're pulling the bill. We do.
Does anybody remember, back in the day, like my mum, like, seen her do it to my sister and my brother when they were babies, teething, putting whiskey on the gums.
my mum did
Yeah, or bourbon.
I'm saying, you do that thing,
Phil, they did.
you're getting social services on you.
Well, my mum did
Yeah.
it all the time.
Yeah, I seen my mum doing it. Do you get me, my mum?
What was the other one? Fenugreek or what's...
Bennigan.
Finnegan, that's it. Finnegan, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That used to knock his bark off.
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it? Like the stuff, like, it's just mad. Just trying to, you do them these days.
Were you okay?
My mum used to tell me stories about where she'd drop a teaspoon of...
Sorry, Alfie woman. Andrew, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now,
Oh,
Paul?
now I can. Sorry, because your book was lighting up. Thank you, mate.
Yes.
My mum would tell me stories about how she'd drop half a teaspoon of speed and get all her house done in a matter of an hour.
I like your mum, Alfie.
Honestly, my mum was telling me about it the other night, and I was looking at her as if to say, are you really telling me this right now? And she used to go, yeah, me and your aunt used to do it all the time. We'd be on the phone to each other while we were doing it.
That's the thing, like,
Everybody will remember there used to be it was like a little bottle of medicine. You called it ActiFed, right? When I was like younger with my brand new family, like all little babies, if you know what I mean. When you think about it now, you'd have your kids took off you.
I know.
Ever, once in a blue moon, it would be Christmas or a birthday.
I've got to go. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
If I had to get a babysitter in, I'd give me kids a spoon of ActiFed. It would knock them spark out till the next morning. When you think about it, if you've done that now.
No,
Jesus.
social service kids be
It's,
took right off us.
It's like
Oh
child
my
now.
God.
But that's what you done back in the day.
Yes.
I won't remember my Jane Ann. She was only a dear little girl, right? Because, listen, and it's no good saying that I didn't and everybody didn't. If you smoked, whether you were getting your child or not, you smoked and you drunk all the way through.
I'm telling you, Pearl, like, if you get me, I smoked all the way through on my son.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
even when he was born, and this was in '92. And everybody was still in the house smoking. You get me? Like,
Same now. Oh my
no,
God.
Jesus,
You can't do nothing now, Pearl.
do anything now these days.
No, you can't.
You can't even
I've-
fart now, never
I've
mind
said
anything
before-
else.
Yeah, and
I've said before, Pearl, right? I've got kids of 37 and I've started again. When my youngest was 16, I started again. And the 37-year-old to bringing up now is completely different. Completely.
in it. That's the
Hey, man, just being on about that, you could puff your granny out when you were in the hospital getting your kids.
But then look at it. Look at how people used to raise their kids, yeah, and they turned out fine. Look at how people raise their kids now.
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
Look out and look out, the world has gone crazy. All the kids have gone nuts now. They've got no.
And that's what I said. I smoked while I was getting my kids. The odd time I would drink, but even still, I still drunk. And then you'd puff your granny out while your kids were little. And
And like-
be all fine.
And compared to this day and age of kids growing up, there was like in our era, and in your era, there was no social media. So we had to make the most of what we were given to play with, innit? We'd go out, we'd go on the street, we would make up loads of games, innit? We'd make up loads of games.
Yeah.
Hey,
Phones have
I'll
ruined
tell
the
you
world.
another thing going back. Hey, my chest. I'll tell you another thing going
Hey,
back to the past. When you robbed a few, you know them Frey Bentis. Oh, I can't stand them. I still can't to this
What,
day.
the pies in the
Frey
tins?
Bentis pies. My mum used to do our Yorkshire.
Oh, I
puddings
can't
in
stand them. I hate.
Yeah,
Oh
well,
no.
she used to get them and then use the tins for Yorkshire puddings. They were the best Yorkshire puddings then.
They were the days you could leave your door. I'm telling you, you could even leave your key in the door, man. To get me in back in them days.
Milk on the step. I don't know how many times
I still do.
I had to rub the milk.
Oh, I was a bitch for that. I was a bitch for that.
My dad used to tell me about the old TVs that you used to have to put the money in, and he said every week he'd be in there with like a ruler or something, and but
Yeah,
every
the
time the man come round,
TVs.
And
Yeah.
there really wasn't. Listen here, you had one channel, then it come to two channels.
Two channels,
then
then three.
And you know when Channel 4 come, oh my God, it
No.
was the big thing.
The best thing ever, wasn't it?
Telly had the little buttons on the front of it, and you pressed
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Didn't have remote controls, did we?
No.
We used to have to get up.
I
You
remember.
had to turn the telly over, you had to get up and press the button in.
Yeah, it was
I
always your
was-
mum said you. Get up and turn the
I was
telly
my
over.
dad's remote control.
Yeah, and the
Exactly.
telephones, well, if you got a telephone, you
It was a house phone.
like with a handle on. And
Yeah.
my mum used to even put a lock on it, right? Because, well, fuck me, but my little friends who used to have a phone, well, when my mum and dad went off, I'd ring the granny out with the phone, but the phone bill used to be itemised. Listen,
And that was like my.
you have a lock and you put it on number one because then you couldn't dial it. I learned, this is the gospel honest truth, pick the receiver up and tapping
Tapping it.
Listen, my family did the exact same thing to me. They done the exact. I was ringing everyone in the house. They done the exact thing to me. The lock, and then I found out that they were like, "How is she doing this?"
And then every weekend, we'd have a new window going in on the Monday morning. Into it, absolutely crucify each other. And we had this yellow telephone, and every single week the yellow telephone was outside because it had put the window out. Honestly.
Stay away from the 0898 numbers.
I remember back in them days when my mum put me 50
And
pence.
dial the time. Even when I had nobody to talk to, I used to dial the time, and I think then it was 10 pence a minute or something.
my mum used to
They would
do
get
that.
the phone in.
My grandfather absolutely poggered my mum for that because, as you just said, she told me she used to dial the time and she'd do it all the time, and in the end they'd end up getting bills that were like stupid amount of money.
Before
know what I did when I was 8?
She used to know the time twice a day, right?
telling you.
1 o'clock by this bus, she called it the Blinky bus, right? So 1 o'clock it would come past dead on the dot, and then 6 o'clock, she knew the time twice a day, 1 o'clock and 6 o'clock.
Yeah. You know what I done when I was 8 years old? When I was 8 years, I done this when I was 8 years old, right? It was Mother's Day. It was coming up to Mother's Day. And I wanted to get my mum a present, but I never got any money, like you do, you get money for being good and all. I never got any money.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what? I'm going up to the father's pockets and I'm going to raid all of his pockets, and I know he's got money hidden. I took £50, yeah, Elvis thing, went over to the shop, bought my mum a big huge card that had music coming out, flowers, all of that, right? I goes back. My mom looked at me and she's like, "Where did you get this money?" I was like, "Oh, I was doing neighbours' gardens. I saved up all this." Came out with the biggest lies that I could come out with. Yeah, my mom knew there was something wrong. So she went out to the shop and she asked the shop, "How much did I give into the shop?" And he said £50. So she waits until my dad comes home. Yeah, she didn't say nothing. She waits till my dad comes home. My dad goes up, checks his pockets, realizes £50 gone. Now, by the time my dad got down by the bottom of them stairs, my mum come back into that kitchen. What did I do with the change? I threw her in the fire.
No.
I threw it in the fire. I panicked.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I panicked. I threw her in
What
the
was
fire.
that? One paper notes.
Huh? And £50 was a lot of money back in them days.
£50
That would be like £1 million.
Yes.
And I once remember me dad having this little box, a pot, this money box, and at the time, 50 pence, if you could save 50 pences up, you was rich.
Pence was a
Like.
lot of money back then even.
So, and it was a big 50 pence and all, and he used to keep putting it in this thing. Anyways, my mum and dad got to arguing this day. And it was a Sunday. Every Sunday, my dad would go to the pub while my mum done the dinner and he'd come back at a certain time.
Andrew, have you got your TV on?
No.
Who's got the TV on?
Have you got TV on?
No, not me.
Who's got TV on? I ain't.
Right, everyone mute yourself and then we'll find out who it is.
Hold on.
Well, it's not Andrew.
It's not me.
It's not Kelly, it's you.
Not me, I haven't got TV on.
Have you got something? Oh, now it's gone quiet.
I haven't got TV on. I'm sitting in my living room with no TV.
I would say her name, but I don't want to
Twinkle, is it
scandal
you?
no one.
Trace. Tracy.
Everyone's saying it's me.
Hello,
Andy.
sorry, I was just popping up. What's up?
Come on, Alfie,
You
on
got
up,
your
mate.
TV on.
No,
No, it's Alfie.
I was
Yeah,
muted.
come on.
Listen,
You little shit.
Alfie, you little fucker.
There you
Go
go.
under this toilet 1 second. Carry on having a chat, everybody.
Alfie's really in the morning playing games like this, man.
Remind us when I come back to tell you the story when
I'll
me
show
mum
you. I'll show you now. I'll show you now.
dad
Look.
like a tipper, and then she chucked the money box, and I robbed all the 50 pences. Remind that.
Look, it's not me. There you go.
Well, who was
50
it?
pence. 50 pences. Who remembers robbing the meters?
Do you know what? Listen. I was so bad. I was so bad. Now that I'm going back and I was going reminiscing. Yeah, I was a bad kid. I was bad. How many things that I got in that household to take money, man? I've done it.
My mum told me a story about how she drank all my dad. My granddad used to have a bottle of scotch that was only for Christmases, and she drank the entire bottle one summer. And what she done was she filled it up with vinegar because it looked the same. And she said what happened was it was all through summer, so obviously the heat and everything, the vinegar sat in the bottle the whole time, and
No.
and yeah, so then on Christmas, I think Christmas Eve, the postman came round their house.
How
And,
did you get postman?
my granddad poured a shot for him and a shot for the postman, saying Merry Christmas. And when they knocked it back, my mum said by the time that she see the bottle open, she got herself out the house before anything happened.
Fucking hell.
I'm back up. I want to fucking clean up, but I want to sit near you stinking.
Get a bottle of vodka from the shop, empty it out, fill it with water, glue the top back on, and then take it back to the shop, tell them you picked the wrong brand up and get them to swap it.
Yeah, no, my dad used to tell me something like that. My dad used to tell me something about cigarettes. He used to say what you could do is you could fill them up with tea bags, tell them that they'd given you the wrong box, and you put
Yeah,
the tea
yeah, yeah.
that's the right weight, and then you
Here's
take
another
them back.
story for you that I've listen here, my mum, and like with a proper ook, right? No, it's fussing about it. No, when I said, like, my mum did do, like, lots of things, and she spent a lot of time in establishments, should we say. But anyways, so her and my granny had been out doing the bit of work, like what they was doing that day, like gypsy work, selling things. Anyways, so we ended up in Durham. So we come back and we ended up in this cafe, and my mum was listening to somebody talking. Anyways, so these people got up and they went across the road into the pub. So my mum, my granny, come on. They got themselves half a beer. That's what they used to drink, half a beer. Got me a little glass of lemonade. So anyways, and then, you know, like you see on Coronation Street and it's little snug bits, things, right? We didn't one, but my mum stood us right next to these people. Whatever chat she was listening to, we don't know. But she followed them. We got in the pub, so she said to me, right. She said, in a minute, she said, there's going to be somewhere where you have to stand, and when somebody drops something, I want you to pick it up, right? So anyway, sure enough, listened to this conversation. She said to me, right, go across there, pick this little thing up. So I had to pick it up, and it was a little bag, she would say, like the size of a little handbag. Anyway, picks it up, and then she went, right, come on, and off he gets on the bus, goes back home. When he gets back home, I still had this bag, right? He didn't speak about it all the way home. I still had this bag. Then, in them days, there was £3,000 in this bag.
Oh my God.
Days, right?
That's a lot of money for back then.
My mum told me I had to hide it, so I went and I hid it. But what did I do in my wisdoms, right? Thinking, I thought I was a multimillionaire.
You probably was back then.
No,
She was.
she said, go and put them into £100 bundles, right? So I did. And then it was like big fivers and tenors. That's
They were
what
like
it was.
certificates.
So listen here. Anyway, so I put them into, but I took £20 out of every bundle, right? And I got myself a couple £100 I got myself out of these. I only took so much. Hi-fi systems had just come on the go with a big glass front. You could put your records in the front. There was the wireless on the front, record on the top. I bought myself one of them, bought myself all these new clothes, shoes. I took
Oh my.
and that was my mum sitting and listening to gossip, and it must have been a drop for somebody else to pick up. My mum was too wise. It was picked up, it was gone, and it was took. And I was only a young lass, about 14-year-old at the time. Hey, Mike MTV. So to imagine, I'm 57, so how many years that? 43?
43, yeah.
43 years since to have £3,000 in cash in your possession. You live like
know.
millionaires.
And that, yeah, £3,000 was a hell of a lot of money back then, wasn't it? Jesus Christ.
Oh,
You were
Yeah,
rich back
imagine
then.
that
You were
then.
rich. Yeah, you were rich back then.
No, my
Yes,
mum
sir.
was a proper wise woman. I know she was a ook, but she was still a proper wise woman.
Yeah.
She really was. So yes, these are my little dodgy upbringings. Anybody who'd like to know it?
Yeah, but you know what? It's funny when we reminisce on stuff. Yeah. Like when you reminisce on stuff and like you can
Yeah.
actually laugh out.
it was all about survival, though, weren't it?
Yeah, it was. It
And I
was.
tell you, she used to take us out on the rob, right? Every now and again to do a little few robs for her. And every time she promised us there was a doll. Then I was only a kid, and there was this doll, and I think the doll was 3 foot tall. It was just dressed in clothes. It didn't do anything. Oh, and I used to die for this doll. And every single time, my pearl, if you get such a thing, I'll buy you that doll. I'm still waiting for the fucking doll.
Was it
She
inflatable?
even used to diddle me out of everything.
I've just
No, my
calculated.
son did to me when he was 4 years old.
What?
My daughter was like nearly 2. My son was 4, and I went into Woolworths. Yeah. Now my boy had the thing about Power Rangers. Yeah, a thing about Power Rangers. He had every Power Ranger going, but besides one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this day I didn't have the money. Now I was trying my best to be good when I had my kids. Yeah, I went to my babies and tried to be good. What does he do? I'm like, no, Erin, you're not having it. You're not having it. You're going to have to wait till I get paid next week.
Yeah.
I'm walking around the store now, getting all my shopping. What does that little fecker do when I turn my head?
Take a Power Ranger.
He gets the Power Ranger and he puts it right behind his sister. I walk right in the pram, right behind her, yeah? I'm walking out of Woolworths now, the security guard comes running. Excuse me, miss, you have to come back to the store. I'm like, what? I ain't done nothing. He get me like, I was having murder with him. And he was like, well, your son literally put a Power Ranger behind the child in the pram. You get me? So you're going to have to come back into the store. I said, hold on a minute. I did not see my son do that. And if I saw my son do that, I would have took that right. You get me? But yeah, it was just as well that they barred me. They barred me. They didn't nick me. They barred me.
My dad,
All for my son, my 4-year-old son, little fecker.
I
My
never
dad's
paid for nappies or washing powder or anything. You know, when mine was little, everything went in the bottom of the pushchair, and you just pushed it. I was even, you know, when
The end, I did go back.
first come out, I swear to God, it was rustling. Alfie!
Andrew,
it's not me. If it's me,
Andrew.
you can see the
Andrew!
It's me. Yeah,
Mute
yeah.
yourself.
you yourself sensory overload first thing in the
My
morning.
dad, listen, my dad's favourite thing to say to me when we was out shopping is, "No, not today, not today." And we get outside the shop and he'd go, "Yeah, son, I got you that."
Exactly. Yeah, so a flat screen telly, listen here. We were stopping at
don't
Milton
talk to me.
Keynes. We were stopping at Milton Keynes anyway. Before, cut a long story short, me and who I was with at the time, we had a big bust up. Oh, but the telly ended up coming out the trailer, right? And it was one of them. It was out, and it was one of them, you know, with a big back on, right? And it used to sit on a little wheelie thing. And put-
Yeah.
So just at the time, the new skinny telly, they still wasn't skinny like they are now, but at the time it was a skinny
It was
telly.
an upgrade. Yeah, it was an upgrade, wasn't it? It was a skinny telly, but a big back.
And it was stopping in Milton Keynes. There's a big prison, green something you call it. And we were stopping there. Anyways, we got to fighting. Well, I couldn't do me without me telly. I loved me telly at the time. I don't ever watch it now, but I loved it then.
I don't, right?
So gets into the shop and I buys some corned beef, sliced corned beef, bread buns. I still remember to this day what I bought. Milk, and that was in my basket. So I got the trolley and it was a big blue trolley and I just lifted this telly on the top and went through the till. And anyways, the woman said, the TV. I said, oh, it's all right. I've already paid for it. She went, hold on a minute. She come running and the shop was Tesco's. She come running with this blue and white tape and in red writing it said Tesco across it. She put it all around the back. She said, that's just to let people know you've paid for it. That wasn't the best, right? Gets outside with this, pushing this big trolley with me little corned beef, bread and milk that I just bought.
And the
Gets out the shop, it was there. This person was in this little white van, it had a side loading door on anyways. So, because we still wasn't speaking, I thought, I'm not even pleasing you to ask you to lift the Kent in. I'll get somebody. Oh, I said to the security, excuse me. I said,
Rub it right
you do
in.
me a favour, the security guard. You couldn't do me a favour, could you? He went, yes, what can I do? I said, if I show you where my motor is, can you just lift this box? And not a problem. So the security guard lifted the telly into the back of the van for us. Can you fucking
Stolen
believe it?
TV, you know, stolen. Oh.
Then you had to go to the desk and all, you know, when you'd bought a telly. I even went and filled the telly licence and I got my sister's details, like a name, not an actual address, but I give my sister's name because it was the only thing I could remember.
The amount of aliases I've got, I swear to God, even when I first came to this country and I first got nicked, I gave an alias name. And now, you know, if the police was to look for me, they have to look for that alias name because if you put my name in, it's like, they have to go by the alias because that's what I was forced.
Ian, I tell you what else I used to look. You know, little boutiques when they first opened, right? Well, there was none of this with tags on or security alarms, nothing like that. There was none of that, my dirt. So I'd go into this little shop, right? Oh, and the stuff was out of this world that was in there. And I'd go in the dressing room and take 27 outfits with us in, go in like that and come out like Mitchell and Woman and say, I'm sorry, that didn't fit. and walk out, and I was rigged up for weeks. I used to do that all the time in the little boutiques.
My best one was in TK Maxx. I went in there and I'd just got myself a bit of money and I'd just moved into my new place. So I thought, do you know what? I thought, fuck it, I'm going to treat myself to a rug. So I picked this rug up, a really lovely one. I've slung it over my shoulder. I'm in the queue. The queue's a mile long. And the whole time, I'm really indecisive with money. I've got to buy it there and then it's done.
I like that.
If I give myself any time, then my brain's like, no, you don't need it. So in halfway through the queue, I've sat there and thought, do I really need this fucking rug? But I've waited in the queue now, and I thought, do you know what? I'm not leaving the queue now. So I've got up to the till, and she's gone, oh, just this today. I said, no. I said, sorry, it's a return. I said, I did buy it for my wife, but my wife. Yeah, I said, my wife don't like it though. I said, so I brought it back and then I put it on the thing, she scanned it and all this sort of stuff, and she's gone, all right, have you got your receipt? So I've patted all my pockets down pretending that I've got my receipt. I've gone, oh, no, I've forgot my receipt. And she said, oh, well, I can only give you store credit then. And I said, no, hang on. I said, I know where the receipt is. I said, so do me a favour. I said, give me a bag big enough for this. I folded it up. I said, what I'll do is I'll go home, I'll get the receipt and I'll get the cash for it. So I walked out with it past the security guard. He's gone to me, do you need a hand with that? I went, no, I'm all right, mate. See you later.
But I've done that as well in the shop, take things back to the till, and you got a fucking credit note. That's exactly what they wouldn't give you the cash because you had no receipt, but you got a credit note.
Yeah, but the thing is, I wanted the rug, so I thought, no, I'm not paying for it. So then
No, but think about it. This was the sensible way to do it. You just do that, go back to the till and say, sorry, I'm returning this. Where's your receipt? I haven't got one. They give you a credit note so you could walk out and then a couple of days later come back in, buy what you wanted, and you got a receipt.
Yeah, but my way, you've got it same day, you ain't got to wait.
That was a good one.
I think my most dodgiest thing was, right, years ago, my friend bought a new PlayStation for her son. And it had the box and it had the receipt and everything. So I stuck my old one in there, took it back, said it didn't work, and they gave me another one. So I got a brand new PlayStation for nothing.
I used to.
I wouldn't dare do that now.
I used to do
Get
that.
myself.
I used to do that with my auntie's light fitting. She'd have them up for a few years, and then we'd go to like Dunelm and buy the same one, put the broken one in it, and take the new one and go, oh, listen, we've bought this, it's broke.
Yeah.
It's all survival, guys.
When we look back on their life, innit?
We are openly admitted on here. I bet all of you, over time have done some little shit like that.
Listen to this, right? Listen to this. Like, remember when I said to you I went into Mount Jai at 14 and I came out a master because of the people that I met in Mount Jai? Yeah? Well, I eventually met up with two of these people, right? And they were top class fraudsters and shopshifters, yeah? Right? So, because they were known though, because like they were known in Dublin town, in the city, in the shops, like basically I ended up getting fucking down as well. Yeah. So then what we had to do all the time, they were masterminds, I swear to God. I don't know where they were getting these outfits from. They got us all dressed up as nuns. Pearl. Nuns. Do you get me? The outfit, nuns. And we went into the top shops in Dublin and ripped the places to shreds. Who's going to look at a nun? We got away with thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds worth of stuff that day. We were just going around to all the shopping centres. Well,
It was definitely a master plan in itself.
yeah, do you get me? I was like, wow. And like with the tattoos as well.
Even to this day, which security guard would say to a nun at this present day,
Exactly.
excuse me, can you step aside while I search you?
You're not going to get it. Exactly. That was the mastermind behind it. Do you get me?
Listen, you lot. Listen.
What?
You need to not say anything because there's going to be thousands of nuns running about now. This afternoon it'll be on the news. Thousands of nuns running in and out of the shop.
Oh, getting strip searched.
It's Pearl's fault.
Excuse me, madam. Could you come back into the store, please?
Oh dear.
You wouldn't, would you? If you was a security guard and was on a power
No.
come past and the alarms went off, you'd think, on you go. You
Yeah.
wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
No, that's a good shout, Pearl.
No, so
I
I
ain't
did
gonna lie. That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. These two women, yeah, like they were in their 40s. I was only 14. Yeah, and they were the masterminds there. Like they were well known in Dublin. They were well known to get me in people in Dublin. And I got them with them. So basically, what they were doing, they were recruiting youngers like myself to get me. And then they would dress us all up and we would just go in and fleece the place out. Get me? We even had a special makeup to hide the bottle spot on their faces and the tattoos on their fingers and everything. They had the shebang.
I used to do the same, but not with a nuts outfit. Where I used to work for good places, I always had nice suits. So whenever I needed something, I'd always put my best suit on and I'd walk in.
11 make a wish, everybody.
Oh yeah.
Go on, that's my one done. But yeah, no, so I used to put my best suit on and you'd walk in, oh, hello, sir, how are you today, sir? And I'd be like, yes, just browsing. And the whole time while I'm talking to all these sales assistants, I'm having aftershaves in me jackets, everything. And then I'm walking out, and what I'd do is before I walked out, I'd make sure I found the most vagrant-y looking person to walk out in front of me. So as I
innit?
So as I walked out beyond them, I'd nod at the security guard and be like, oh, yes, see you
All right,
later, have a nice day.
I tell you what, crafty fuckers, right? When we like the life of survival, you do get those
Listen, that's how you grew up then in them days. It was survival of the fittest. And if you wanted anything or needed anything, well, you just
You had to do what you had to do. Exactly, you had to do what you had to do.
So, no. And I wouldn't change none of that, not for the world.
You know what? You took the words right out of my mouth, to be fair. Did you get what I was saying? You took the words right out of my mouth.
Nobody. It's always been like in a big shop or something. So, well, I know it's a business.
Sure, you say that.
Screen recorders on here, so I'm going to be all over the app again as being TikTok sticky Steve.
Listen, all them shops.
Well, at the end of the day, if you're on the For You page, we're all on there with you. Do you get what I'm saying?
Your life will be on it. 1,000,000%. All of yous in these boxes will be on that F page thing.
Oh, what? Listen,
That's
I
what
see
it's
myself
like
on
to
someone.
me.
Well, this morning, about an hour ago, someone shared your live. Do you get me? From the other side, from Bad Girls Greek side. Yeah, I saw her shared. I was like, oh, fuck's sake.
They're infatuated with us. They want to be me.
I want to be over by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Going back to what you said, that like it's mad you say that, because the thing is, I wouldn't choose no other way that I'd lose my life. Because I was chatting to a malt the other day, yeah.
Yeah, I know it was Liverpool Laura.
And she's a good looking girl, all this and that. But then the thing is, as I was talking to her, I was sitting there thinking,
Morning, Mandy.
do you know what? Like, we're two different people. Like, this little malt, she'd had everything ever in her life bought for her, like our benefits. Like, she used to see people that looked a bit rough and call them Benefits Britain. And I turned around to her, I said, them Benefits Britain, they're my people. I'd rather sit on a street corner with a can of lager in there.
You know, innit? You know.
Rather than a posh house with all of you load of fucking weirdos. I'd rather sit on that street corner and have the time of my life.
Age, man. That's what I'm saying. At least you know that you're having a good time. And you know nobody's going to snake it.
Yeah, and
Back
they
in
all
them
know
days,
that.
we didn't even snake each other, did we? Back in them days, there was no such thing as snaking, mate, because snitches get stitches, bro.
Oh, do you know what they called it? Honour amongst thieves.
That's it.
Yeah, and if you knew someone was going for a chore up, you'd say to them, "Oh, you wouldn't mind getting me this while you're out, would you?"
Listen, I do it now. The estate that I'm living on, yeah, there's beer addicts.
Me too, Kel.
Beer addicts. Listen, they always come to me and say, do you need any meat? Do you need this? Do you need that? Yeah, I do. Yes.
You'll have it all.
I'll have it all. Thank you very much.
Yeah, of
But
course
it's
you do.
a beautiful way of life, mate. It's the best way of life. Honestly, listen, what do you learn by sitting in a big house with all the money around you and no one else around you? If you look at it,
All you learn to be.
No, it doesn't mean that. It means you get an education, of course you do. But
Good education.
learning life is living it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You have to live a life, and not an easy life either. You have to live a life to know
Experiences.
when things are good and when things are bad. You live it. Morning,
Yeah.
Mike.
And there you go. And the thing is, these people with money, if they lost money tomorrow, they wouldn't know what to do. If we all had money and we lost it tomorrow, we'd be like, all right, then I'll just
Be
go
able
back
to
to my
live.
way.
I'd be able to go out and still earn me living some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, there you go. You just
1,000,000%.
go, all right, then cool, I'm back to square one. No worries.
Yeah.
See, I said to Kel, I have had a sheltered life, me. I have. And you know, my mum and dad always stayed together, family, close family.
Yeah.
I'm probably the rogue in the family.
Yeah.
But there's always
I
one.
am the rogue.
There's always one.
Yeah,
you get
I'm the rogue.
in the family.
You know, that would get a leg of lamb and,
Exactly.
you know, the odd Hoover.
These people and educate
I think it
people.
was my dad that taught us all. My mother was more. My mother was rowdy, but she weren't a chore or nothing like that. It was more
Oh,
my
see,
dad.
My
My
mum and dad.
was
My mum and dad were goody two shoes. I was the bad one out of the family.
No, there was only me and my mum was the bad ones in our family. We were the bad two.
no,
Mind you,
my mum-
saying
my
that,
mum- my dad was
saying that, I
never-
remember my mum saying I got it off the back of a lorry.
Yeah.
So she must have. Isn't it?
He
We must
was-
have had the odd thing.
if
when
we
you
told my dad that
talking
we,
about back of a lorry and things like that, you genuinely did do that.
Yeah, because you always did. Because you know back then,
And diesel, oh my God.
the people were
When you had a
people-
motor and if you wanted diesel,
Good
you
morning.
just go with a siphon pipe and go and fill the motor up. A little bit from here, a little bit from there. Oh,
Yeah.
honest to God, so you didn't even have to pay for diesel or petrol or whatever.
if we
And
went
it always
touring,
was what it was. I was the best siphoner in the world.
Be careful.
God, I was
I
bored.
was the best cycler. Fucking
Swear
hell.
to God, I was that fifth mouthful of either diesel or petrol, whatever come, oh, it used to knock you sick. And you had
Yeah.
to
Oh,
step
God.
straight into another thing. Yeah.
with my dad, if we all went out
Things we
touring,
used to do, The things we used to do. But you know what?
touring, the first thing my dad would say to us is when we got back, he'd go, "Did you get caught?" And we'd go, "No, we never did." He'd go, "Good lad."
Of course they did. Right, listen, everybody, do you know something? I've proper enjoyed our little chat this morning. But
Yeah.
I am going to go after I have a shower, start cleaning up, and I'll be back on later on this afternoon.
Alright.
I'll see if I feel like going to work this week. I don't know. I might just go and,
Go on a torment.
You just take day by day, Pearl. You get me? Just take day by day, babe. You get me? Like,
I see me, babe.
Correct.
So, listen,
Fuck 'em.
everybody,
None of them are worth nothing. They ain't got the fucking bottle. Fuck the lot of them, mate. And if they all turn up, put your chip fryers on, and the first one in the door, you fucking do them.
oh, I'm bothered about that. I'll go.
Oh,
listen, there's nobody turning up. If you turn up, that's the
They
worst
were
one
coming last
ever.
week. They were coming last week. They still never listen. They haven't got a house. That's what they haven't got. They're not going to
exactly.
It's all just talk.
And if they do, what are they going to do? Please believe me.
Nothing.
Listen, they ain't going to do nothing at the end of the day. If
My
they,
dog's got more balls and he's been castrated.
It has to be a peaceful protest because the minute they turn up, I'll be live.
It's gonna be
It has
wrong.
to be.
Yeah.
Well,
Hold on,
listen, they're going to be absolutely boiling. Oh, thank you, my CSG.
Let's all go pearls for the weekend.
It has to, so it has to be a peaceful protest, whatever you call it.
Or
Listen,
else
when they walk
we-
the shoes off, they're going to be hungered to pieces. All talk, no action. Exactly, my Susie.
Yeah, but you know what, Pearl? If people did do that and tried to like even try and turn it a little bit rowdy, that's the wrong place to even come. Wrong
Listen,
place to come
Amy,
because
Correct.
retaliation.
they can go and kiss my bunda. That's
Exactly.
what they can kiss. Nobody's bothered about anybody, and let
Exactly.
them come. Let them come, and if they want any addresses where I'm at, you can come onto the site and come and do a protest.
Yeah, but if they come onto the site, then do you get me? That's it.
Because I'm
It's all on then,
away
isn't it?
from where I work, and
It's all over.
you know something, and I really mean this. In fact, I'm not going to say it has to be a peaceful protest. I'd love to see a protest turn up. I'm seconds away from where I'm at, and please believe me, the protesters would be sorry. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying, Pearl. That's what I'm saying. You get me?
like
They're
Tina
making a
Turner
big
in the
mistake.
Thunderdome.
I'd
Even
love
turning
to
up.
see the protesters turn up. Absolutely love it. It would be my entertainment for the week.
It would, yeah, you know that. It would be the worst mistake ever. You get me?
Big up Mad Max with the Thunderdome. First man in, no one leaves.
GSB. Thank you for that, my baby. Ginger snaps back. Right, listen, I promise you, everybody, I could sit here for hours and fucking chat to you, but I am going to have to go and clean up and wash my nipples.
Right, love you, Aunt.
Why the dirt,
Love you, my Elfie.
Love you, Pearl.
Love you, my kid. And my Andrew, you have a blessed day, me baby. And all
On you lot, and you lot.
And you, Alfie, and Andrew, have a good day.
Have the good crack, everyone. Be good, stay safe, don't get locked up.
Of
And
course,
I will be live later on. Bye, my dear. I will be live later on and we'll all have another nice little chat, everybody.
Oh, brilliant.
Swivel.
Hey!
Yeah, on a cactus and swivel.
We can all go now and have a back chat. And if any of you ever want to come and see us and have a chat in person, feel free.
Yes, and Irish, and can I say, Irish Kelly don't give a F-U-C-K, sit on a cactus and swivel. Goodbye.
Correct.
Listen, before we all go, should we all put our camera on and do a big middle finger to the screen for all of them?
Go on then. Go on. Put your cameras on.
Go on, come on.
This is to all the screen recorders, the Cam 2s, 3s, 4s and 5s. Are we ready?
Oh, no,
Oh, come on.
Oh, jammed me finger.
Oh,
What's
look,
happening?
wait, look at that awful sore I got on my finger. I
It
cut
is
the
a
other day.
saw. It looks saw, my Alfie. Same as my saw.
Oh, it's stuck there.
In the chat,
Look,
everybody.
that's one as well.
Big old screen recorders.
There you go, you fuckers.
Right,
Fucking-
everybody, I'm going. Love yous, bye. Going, love